Yo, yo, here we go. How's everybody doing today? See that? See how it's tucking in underneath the chin now? Oh, yeah. We're on our way to get the face done next, and the nose and all, and the ears, and the forehead. Yeah, see, it's coming. See it working its magic. It's a wonderful thing to heal the vessel. The best part is coming, man. The most needed areas. Nose, ears, teeth. Go, dope. Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy world. Again, all the shit that's all the illegal terrorist attacks that Trump is doing without congressional approval, attacking Venezuela, committing murder and terrorism without due process. And then the same thing happened the other day. Did you guys know that they did this huge completely if I was whistling Diesel, I would sue these cock fucking suckers so bad it's insane. These mentally ill retard cops, right? Arrested Whistling Diesel for a civil infraction. At the most, what they could have done is send him a letter telling him he owes tax and to show up at a court date. That's the most they could have done. And then the judge could have said this and that and made the motherfucker pay or whatever they're going to force you to do something. You know what I mean? And then that way, but because what he did, it was a civil offense. They arrested somebody, Whistling Diesel. They kidnapped him for a civil offense. Like, I don't understand why he doesn't sue these fucking mentally ill pedophile fucks in the government, dude. I'm on his side. I'm on heavy D Diesel Brothers. I'm on Heavy D's side because they came after him for this. All this emission shit is nonsense. All air breaks up apart into an inert, neutral gas. It mixes with the atmosphere. It'll never be a problem unless you contain it in a close area, like a garage, and you turn the car on and die of carbon monoxide. That's the only way. As long as they're operating in open areas and not in buildings, inside, right? It's irrelevant. And if you have a problem, oh, there's too much diesel smoke. Well, then spread them out. Spread them out. Stop jamming everybody in a fucking cities. Then you pedophiles. See, they create the problems. You know what I mean? What's up, Bob Scott? Hungila guy, Loke, Black. What? I'm sorry. I'm not good with that. How y'all do it? I'm not good at pronouncing that. Not so good at pronouncing things sometimes. Where's everybody at? How y'all doing? No, no. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, evidently there's more fraud at the Turning Point USA shit. Yeah, man, they got $1.5 million going to a parking lot, and they're paying their employees that don't exist. Half of the 8.5 million in donations is going to. It's real bad. And I think the reason he wanted an audit is because he discovered they were doing bad things. What's his name? Charlie Kirk wanted a Doge-like audit because he discovered some shit, this shit that these fuckers are doing. But it's a all foundations are nothing more than laundering operations, right? Because you don't know who your donors are and they're tax free, and dude, it's insane. And then oh, we're paying our employees. We got costs over here. I mean, it's a joke. This world is a joke here. Like rules for thee, but not for me. World we live in. It's a mental illness. Fucking cocksucking shithole. I'm annoyed at these fucking retards here. Las Vegas completely fucking empty. Completely fucking empty. Military lawyers conclude Hegseth and Trump commit murder and war crimes. It's straight up terrorism. You have to have congressional approval. Then you have to arrest them and put them in front of a judge. You can't murder and execute people. Dude, Trump and Hegseth should be executed immediately for murder against murdering fishermen off the coast of Venezuela. Immediately. And immediately executed for supplying weapons to murder children in Israel, for supporting and implementing genocide. Trump should be executed immediately for implementing and supporting and supplying weapons for genocide. And so should Netanyahu. That Satan fucking satanic devil pedophile motherfucker has to die, even 1,000 times worse than Trump has to die. Okay, they all got to die though. These are fucking murdering psychopaths. If you murder people here, you got to die. You can't be here. Listen to me. If you kill someone here, the punishment has to fit the crime, which means you have to die. If you kill someone, it means the punishment means you have to die. You have to give your life for the life you killed, or however many. You have to die. You have to die. That's the rule here. You can't go around killing people. If you do, punishment has to fit the crime. If somebody's stealing something, you can't murder them. It has to fit the crime. If somebody murders somebody, you can't let them go. You have to execute them. Period. 10 U.S. cities losing their middle class. Are you kidding me? There's about 1,000 of them, you idiot. You fucking idiots. Top economist goes off script on air. Blunt Trump analysis stuns viewers. Costco's raising prices and everyone's angry. What do you think the monopoly pedophiles are going to do? Why do you think they lobbied the mom and pops out of business so they could have a monopoly on you and raise prices? What do you think? What did you think was going to happen when you have an inherently rigged system called where there's legal bribery, where you can legally bribe and influence politicians? What kind of mentally ill shit are you retards willing to put up with? Like, how dumb do you fucking have to be with this government shit? Like, we're in the fucking land of the fucking retards in this bitch. Fucking A. I fucking curse these retards. If you're that fucking dumb, y'all motherfuckers are cursed. And by the way, all these pedophiles like Lindsey Graham, they have all their money invested in these military corporations that make all the money from Israel. So, like, Lindsey Graham should be so executed, this pedophile piece of shit. I don't know how that fucker's allowed to walk around, this pedophile fuck. I'll chop his head off so fast I ever see you around me, bro. I'll chop your head off instantly. You won't even be able to blink, bro. All you lifer politicians, I ever see you, I'll chop your head off on sight. I'm telling you right now, your head's chopped on sight for treason. Treason. And you know what? I'm going to execute you right there. You don't give due process. You didn't You didn't give anybody you just bombed people, and why should I give you due process? Why should I allow you the right, any rights at all, to sit in a court to defend yourself? I'm just going to murder you like you did the poor fisherman in Venezuela. You fucking pedophile motherfucking fucks. False flag, the Israel connection to the DC National Guard ambush. Another Israeli connection. Every false flag in the United States or around the world is done by Israel and the FBI, CIA that it owns via Mossad. Okay, they all are intertwined and work together. They can't even separate with Mossad right now if they wanted to. These pedophiles in the FBI and CIA, they couldn't even separate with pedophile Mossad if they wanted to. They're all a bunch of pedophiles together. They're all going to die together. We're going to have to kill all of these fuckers. None of them are good. Pretending to be fuck these motherfuckers in government got to die so fast. It's insane. You're lucky I don't have some type of power. I'll kill everybody in the world in government. You all are dead as shit, dude, if I could have my fucking goddamn way here. And I'd probably get my way because I am a fucking wizard and my curses are going to dig deep in your souls. What you think your heart, you don't have a heart. I took your heart. I took it. You'll never have a heart again. You'll never, ever be allowed. Working hard, still broke. The truth they don't want out. Society lied to us. Society lied to us. We're all wage slaves. I can prove it. No shit. Dude, we've been saying this for fucking how many decades? These retards come out and go, boo boo goo goo inflation. Dude, we were saying this 30 years ago, you fucking retard. I mean, I wasn't personally, but 30 years ago, I was bitching and moaning, going, God damn, dude, this shit's going up quick. What? Why? What's going on? Oh, Federal Reserve. Oh, you mean I went to college to get a finance degree, and they taught me that the Federal Reserve just gets to make money out of thin air. What kind of world? Right there, I'm like, I don't even want to be here, man. Like, what kind of world was this shit? Planned obsolescence and shit like that, man. Shit. What a shithole. We are born into a shit. Imagine how Gen Z feels being born into this shithole. Worse than me. My grandfather lived a life that, when I look at my grandfather's life, the life he lived compared to my parents and my brother and I, who's already dead, his life was fucking amazing, man. Damn, these motherfuckers lived it up, man. They had, dude, he had the perfect, he was in the same two houses upstate New York, down in Florida every summer for fucking 40 years. That's all he did. We're tired. They had it made, bro. They had it fucking made. But yeah, it's crazy as shit. They had a hell of a life compared to what these poor bastards are getting. What we're getting, us poor bastards are getting here. We're getting fucked. Ola. That's the whole point of inflation. It's a hidden tax. It takes away your quality of life. Now nobody has money to do anything, man. Dude, I don't got money. Nobody's got money to have any fun. There ain't nobody having any fucking fun right now in this place. Let me tell you, only the rich assholes are having fun right now, and all the broke fuckers like me are watching them on YouTube enjoy their new cars and shit. But when all these, I just saw another retard YouTuber lose their monetization because YouTube didn't like what they were saying. But imagine if all the retards on YouTube stopped getting paid. That's all you got. What do all you retards with the YouTube channels that think you're so cool and you make so much money? What are you going to do when YouTube says, you know what? I can't monetize you anymore. You're going to have to do them for free. No more, nothing. Or better yet, we're not doing it anymore. And we're not going to allow any other platforms either. I mean, because they're nuts, right? Anywho, CIA still ships in the drugs. God, that's a good one too. Still shipping in the drugs. Motherfucking pedophile fucks. The middle class is being wiped out. Are you kidding me, you moron? It was wiped out, dude. Like 60 years ago. God, they're dumb as fuck here. You just didn't see it yet because they were so. It was the inflation wasn't hitting so hard. It's so expensive. Americans are moving into 4-foot apartments. This is the answer. The answer isn't, you know, kill the government that's causing all the problems. It's live in a 4-foot box, right? Right? Don't arrest all the pedophiles stealing all your money and wealth and land. Live in a 4-foot box. They're so fucking dumb here, man. It's fucking bizarro world, man. Oh, Max had a good one. This actually, yeah, Max had a good one. Max attack. Hi, another perspective. How are you? Bless you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Bubscat, Hun, Load King. What up? What up? What up? Good to see you guys. How's everybody doing today? We're getting some rain here. Still waiting on this fucking gasket so I can fix my goddamn truck. It's rough. Yeah, you know what really sucked? That's why everybody was stuffing their fucking face for Thanksgiving. I'm sitting here with fucking nothing but a bowl of fucking oatmeal. But luckily, my neighbor the next day, I asked him if he had any extra leftover turkey, and he brought me over some fucking like leftovers, and it was fucking great, man. And it was fucking great, man. I mean, great. So I was really thankful after Thanksgiving when I actually got some food. Yeah, I mean, I had no food. All I had was my emergency supply of oatmeal. This little bucket. That's it. Just I don't like oatmeal, so it's like I just have it for an emergency. Like when there's no other option, there's nothing else. I hadn't eaten for a couple days, and I was fucking starving for some fucking Thanksgiving, and I didn't have any turkey, man. And actually, he barely gave me. He only had like a little piece of turkey, dark meat and white meat, just tiny. God, it's fucking ridiculous, but it was great. It was better than nothing. And he had a lot of other shit like the mac and cheese, stuffing, mashed potatoes. I mean, yeah, stuffing, mashed potatoes, baked bean, green bean. Pretty good, pretty good. Real stoked. I was real stoked. Yeah, better late than never. It was fantastic, man. Let me tell you, I can't tell you how sweet it is. Oh man, I love those type of meals. Thanksgiving meals with the fucking white meat, dark meat, stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, green bean casserole, baked beans, you know, rolls, pies, gravy. I love me some gravy with some biscuits. Biscuits and gravy. Ain't nothing wrong with them. I remember when I used to go to fucking BCC in Melbourne, and we used to get this plate of biscuits and gravy at a community college in Melbourne back in the day when I used to go to community college back in Florida. And for like $1 fucking 60, I could get a whole huge fucking plate of biscuits and gravy at Brevard Community College. Uh, oh my god, dude! I used to move, dude. I'd be always excited about going to class in the morning. I'd be like, I'm going to get me some biscuits and gravy. Cheap as fuck, good as fuck. Gonna grab me some biscuits and gravy before class for $1 something because I was broke as fuck. I was already broke, dude. My whole life, it's been this struggle like this. You know what I mean? It's like you just, it's just a lot worse now. It's just more easy to see now. It was still a struggle, man. No matter the whole time here in this shithole, they fucking diarrhea shit all over this place. So when you come in, you're in a prison automatically. Good luck trying to get out multi-generational prison of the mental retards. The society and culture here is a prison. You have a pedophile government with a monopoly on power, and these assholes have the gall and nerve to call themselves free. They're so fucking dumb here, man. How are they so fucking dumb here? Do you ever wonder? Yeah, I love me some biscuit. Eggs Benedict is good too. Ain't a damn thing wrong. Some eggs Benedict. I used to love, my gramps used to love eggs Benedict too. But another thing we used to love is BLTs, bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches. I love those. And then the venison, man, the venison steaks with the mint and currant jelly, baked potatoes. My grandfather used to make the baked potatoes. He'd cook them really slow, slow and low, right, for hours, like 4 hours, really low, and the skins would get real crisp. And he'd cut the potato in half and take a fork and skin out the mashed potatoes, and then he'd take butter and put it in the fucking skin and salt and pepper and crush it and just crunch on it and eat the shit out of it. That was what he used to love, man. That was his favorite. He used to love eating baked potatoes like that. Very nice. So
that the DEA. So there's a curious story coming out of Afghanistan recently. You see, back in the first 2 decades of this century, you might recall that the country was under NATO occupation. And during that time, Afghanistan set record after record for opium production.
you think?
But then in 2021, the US hightailed it out of there. The Taliban took back over, and wouldn't you know it, opium production in the country has fallen off a cliff. Funny that. But don't think about that too much. Heroin, that's yesterday's news. No, the new heroin is fentanyl, and fentanyl is coming from let me check my notes. Venezuela?
What?
Yeah. Haven't you heard? There's a new drug cartel in town, and the evil Venezuelan mafiosi are protecting them. So the U.S.
The new Iraq 2.0. Can you say Iraq 2.0? Boo boo goo goo? Huh? They've got chemicals. They're killing chemical weapons. They have chemical weapons. No, Iraq never had anything. They never had any weapons of mass destruction. Everything was a lie in the beginning. They knew there was none there, and they lied. They lied. They fucking lied and murdered, and many people got murdered. And a lot of money got made for the military industrial complex. People like Cheney, Rumsfeld, pedophiles like Lindsey Graham made a shit ton of money. And they need more. He wants more. He wants fucking more, this pedophile Lindsey Graham. It ain't good enough. So they're the bad guys now. The media that is run by the military industrial complex, the Mockingbird media, CIA run. Everything's all the Hollywood actors, all of the fucking CEOs, all of the fucking government. They're all run by the intelligence agencies. All of them. The corporations are all run by the intelligence agencies. You stupid shit fucks. So they're out here with an Iraq 2.0, trying to scare you that Venezuela's got chemical weapons, but the chemical's fentanyl, and they're getting us with fentanyl. They're attacking us with fentanyl. Boo boo goo goo. It's an attack. Unless you're mentally ill, that's not an attack.
US has got to go in and love bomb them to smithereens. Of course, there's only two problems with that story. One is that the cartel in question, according to the Venezuelans, no longer exists. And two, the historical precedent for that cartel was funded by the CIA. Interesting. So here's the real question. Who really runs the global drug trade? Well,
it's called Cocaine Import Agency. Criminals in action. The CIA, the FBI, Mossad, all intelligence agencies are so intertwined, they're basically one pedophile. Okay, you just got to look at them as just one big, huge pedophile, right? That runs all the sex trafficking, all the pedophilia, all the guns, all the drugs, all of the,
I'll give you one guess and we'll find out if you're right. Let's go.
I used to love this. Love that song, that flute.
You're listening to the Corbett Report.
What a beautiful flute, right? Isn't that beautiful? You gotta love that flute sound.
Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to another edition of the Corbett Report.
Flute.
I'm your host, James Corbett of CorbettReport.com, coming to you as always from the sunny climes of Western Japan, here in late November of 2025, with episode 487 of the Corbett Report podcast. The CIA still ships in the drugs. And if the idea of the CIA shipping drugs is news to you, then you have some catching up to do. But don't worry, I have some reason.
You silly little dumb little baby rabbit. You have some catching up to do, don't you? It's time for you to be informed, stupid fuck.
Resources to help you do just that. If you type CIA drugs into the search bar on CorbettReport.com, you'll find a number of reports that I have filed about this documented phenomenon in the past, including perhaps most notably episode 19 of the Corbett Report podcast, The CIA Ships in the Drugs, and a 2011 mini documentary that I created on the CIA and the drug trade.
This is why I like this James guy, dude. He's pretty fucking good, pretty straightforward, pretty just evidence speaks for itself guy. I like it.
From its very inception, the CIA has been embroiled in the murky underworld of drug trafficking. In the late 1940s, the CIA funneled arms and funds to the Corsican Mafia in return for their assistance in breaking up widespread labor strikes in France that were threatening to establish communist control over the old port of Marseille. The Corsican Crime Syndicate, in turn, used the CIA support to set up the trafficking network known as the French Connection, which saw
But he still wants government, I think.
heroin smuggled from Turkey to France and shipped
and wants you to believe in his imaginary friend and pray to it, and it's going to help you.
To the U.S., feeding an American heroin epidemic. In Burma in 1950, the CIA regrouped the remnants of the defeated Nationalist Chinese Army, or KMT, to start an invasion of southern China and draw Chinese troops away from the Korean front. Easily beaten back by Mao's forces, the KMT instead turned their attention to occupying Burma, imposing an opium tax on all farmers in the opium-rich Shan highlands. Members of the Burmese military claimed that the KMT opium was flown out to Thailand and Taiwan on the same unmarked C-47s that the CIA had used to supply the group in the first place.
Yeah.
In the 1960s and early 1970s, the CIA recruited the Laotian Hmong tribe to fight communist forces in the region. The CIA encouraged the Hmong to grow opium instead of rice to make them dependent on
Again, these cocksuckers, dude, should not exist. They get tax-funded money. They are not elected. They have no accountability. How are you morons allowing intelligence agencies to exist? It's like you all got to die for this, for allowing it, dude. You deserve to die. Like, and you allow lobbying? Like it's like you're all mentally ill. It's like you're stupid as fuck. What's wrong with you here?
CIA airdrops of food. The agency could then
God, I
force
don't
their
get it.
compliance
I
by
don't know how
threatening
to
to
just
withdraw
stop.
the food aid.
You're an
To make the deal
abomination.
even sweeter, they even located a heroin refinery at CIA headquarters in northern Laos and used Air America, a passenger and cargo airline that was covertly owned and operated by the CIA, to export the Laotian opium and heroin.
So again, they literally own all these corporations so they can just strip in the drugs. It's their shit. There ain't no problem.
Much of it ended up in Vietnam, causing an epidemic of heroin addiction amongst U.S. soldiers.
They created Google so they could track everything you know, what you're thinking, searching, doing. They created the social network so they know what you're doing every second when you post. All that was by design. None of it's organic, unless you're a fucking little baby 2-year-old fucking gaga goo goo in diapers. Then you might fall for that shit because you're stupid.
In the 1980s, the locus of opium production shifted from the Golden
Nothing's
Triangle,
organic
where the
here.
CIA was disengaging, to the Golden Crescent, where it was
None
engaging
of
with
this
the
shit's
Afghan
natural.
Mujahideen in their CIA-funded struggle against the Soviets. Once again, that is just a small sampling of my 2011 mini documentary on the CIA and the drug trade. And I would wholeheartedly encourage you to go back and watch or rewatch that particular video for its many nuggets, including the Dateline report with the infamous "there are no conspiracies in this country" quotation, as well as a deep dive into the work of Gary Webb, but also an interview that I conducted at that time with Peter Dale Scott, deep politics pioneer Peter Dale Scott, on his work on oil, drugs, and war, the United States in Afghanistan, Colombia, and Indochina. And I also go on to document the phenomenon of all of these CIA drug planes that keep crashing all over the place. Specifically, earlier in the early 2000s, I talk, for example, about the 2004 incident involving a Beechcraft King Air 200, which happened to be carrying 1,100 kilos of cocaine and was owned by a CIA shell company with a tail number that was registered to a CIA aircraft. Interesting how that happens, and how it happened again in 2007, the 2007 Yucatan Gulfstream
right through you. I know you're all a bunch of
CIA-connected
I'll kill every one of
Gulfstream
you.
2 crashed in the Mexican
Sleep
jungle,
like a baby.
carrying, was it 3 or 6.3, somewhere in there,
Like a baby.
tons of cocaine. Again, interesting. Or the 2009 report of the Cessna 402C that was seized near Carepa, Colombia, that was carrying 805 kilos of cocaine, and you better believe was sporting a U.S. tail number and FAA registration history that connected it to a number of other cocaine planes that have apparent links to covert U.S. intelligence operations focused at least in part on Venezuela and the government of, at that time, Hugo Chavez. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to that in a little while, but let's continue this exploration. If all of that isn't enough, you could, again, look at some of my other work on this subject. For example, my 2013 report on Chile Contra, the CIA's Latin American scandal, in which I document Craig Murray's 2012 report on how the CIA was using drug money to fund the opposition to President Correa in Chile. And you can also check out my 2017 edition of New World Next Week with James M. Pilato of MediaMonarchy.com, in which we discussed the fact that Pablo Escobar's son has gone out on the record alleging that his father worked for the CIA. So think of all of that information what you will. But yes, suffice it to say, there's a lot of history there, but it isn't just history. As I talked about in the opening to this podcast, yes, it turns out the Taliban has done it again. Well, what have they done again? For the details on that, I will ask you to consult one of my recent newsletters that I published earlier this month on the Taliban does it again. And of course, it is up at CorbettReport.com for subscribers who log in. But if you are not a paid subscriber, you can get it, of course, as always, for free from my Substack, CorbettReport.substack.com. And when and if you do, you'll find this story. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, just came out with their latest survey of opium poppy cultivation in Afghanistan, and you'll never guess what it says. Oh, wait, you totally will. It turns out the Taliban's ban on poppy cultivation has been remarkably successful. Specifically, the UNODC is estimating the total area in Afghanistan under opium poppy cultivation to be 10,200 hectares, down 20% from last year's total of 12,800 hectares.
Yeah,
While the new total may still sound like a lot, it's a mere fraction of the 232,000 hectares that were estimated to be cultivated in the year before the US military's spectacular pullout from the country in 2021. In other words, the Taliban have somehow or other succeeded in doing what NATO was unable to do in 2 decades of de facto occupation, namely decimate Afghanistan's share of the global heroin trade.
Are you getting the picture yet? What a bunch of pedophile criminals the U.S. government is. Are you starting to understand what a terrorist group the goddamn CIA, the government, and the CIA and the FBI and Mossad, all these, the CIA is a terrorist organization, basically hidden in plain sight, allowed to just pillage in plain sight. Everything under the guise of oh, it's protecting you, boo boo, from national security. Gaga, goo goo, boo boo, goo goo, idiot, stupid, fucking diarrhea shit stain is what you are for being this dumb. God damn, people, this is ridiculous. How dare you allow a terrorist group called government, FBI, and the CIA, terrorists? How dare you allow terrorists to operate in this world? You deserve to get what you got, what they're going to do to you for allowing them to exist. Now that you allow them to exist, they're going to fucking kill you now.
And if you continue reading through this document, you will find all of the various links to all of the sordid details of this story of the Afghan opium poppy cultivation and the resulting heroin trade. But the long story short really is contained in this handy dandy graph, which comes from UNODC numbers, in which you can visibly see there were people fretting. In fact, the UNODC issued a warning back in 1999 about the record opium cultivation that was taking place at that time in the country. But it fell off a cliff in 2001. Why specifically in 2001? Oh, that's right, because that is when the Taliban eventually seized power in the war-torn, war-ravaged country. Where did that war come from? Oh, that's
by design.
Right, Operation Cyclones.
Look at this pedophile. See this guy right here? United States government, intelligence agent, politician. These are all pedophiles. And by the way, all the intelligence agents are politicians in disguise. All of the politicians, they're all agents of the FBI. Or secrets. You're all so stupid not to see it. You got to be retarded not to understand that all your politicians are agents.
Brzezinski will go in to give the Soviets their Vietnam, all of that stuff. The billions of dollars in what was then at least the largest acknowledged covert CIA operation in CIA history to destabilize Afghanistan, leading to decades of civil war and strife. The resistance and the Taliban and all of these people fighting with each other. Well, the Taliban seized power in the late 1990s, early 2000s, and instituted the opium cultivation ban, resulting in a record low amount of cultivation in 2001, which then spiked immediately thereafter, not only exceeding the previous record amounts of opium cultivation, but far exceeding him.
Check this out. As soon as the U.S. government gets in there, record heroin production by the pedophile U.S. government, CIA, FBI, Mossad, all of them. Thanks to them, look how good. Look at the CIA just growing some heroin for you fucking retards, so it can wreak havoc and make money and arrest you for it. It'll sell it to you and make money, and then put you in jail and make money in that way too. You're all fucking retarded here for allowing them to a terrorist group. You allow a terrorist group organization called government and intelligence agencies to exist. What did you think was going to happen in a world where you're grown adults and you want a leader? Where are they leading you? You're a grown adult. Where the fuck do you need a leader for? In the entire world of grown adults, whenever do you need a leader as a grown adult? What do you need a fucking leader for? Are you fucking mentally retarded? Or are you a 2-year-old child and you need a father? You need a leader? What's wrong with you? Something's wrong with you retards here.
hitting record after record,
Stupid as
incredible amounts
shit.
of opium being produced, with estimates of upwards over 90% of the global heroin supply in this time period coming from Afghanistan. Why? What changed between 2001 and 2021? Oh, that's right. Of course, the NATO invasion and occupation. In other words, NATO troops oversaw the cultivation of the opium in Afghanistan. And
Yeah, remember then they complained as well, we gotta let them do it. No, it's not let them do it. They were doing it for themselves under the guise of letting them do it. Stupid fucking sheep. You're like a barnyard animal, a sheeple or something, man. It's like you're retarded people. You're the tax cattle. That's right. You are a barnyard animal.
again, this isn't conspiracy theory. No, there were primetime news reports about this.
What's
Does
this?
anyone remember
Fucking goddamn this cocksucker Geraldo.
Geraldo Rivera interviewing U.S. Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel
Cocksucking
Brian Christmas?
cocksucking pedophile Geraldo. I remember my friend's mom. I used to hang out with fucking Ray back in Mims, Florida, and that motherfucking his fucking mom would fucking always call me Geraldo to fuck with me because my name was Jerry. My friend's mom used to call me Geraldo. That's funny shit. I'm like, don't you call me that?
In Afghanistan, talking about how it grinds his gut, but they've got to let these farmers do their farming, and we're here to look after them and make sure the opium gets cultivated. Essentially, they don't quite say that, but that is exactly what happened. So why is this? Well, of course, it's because it was never about ending the drug trade.
Come on,
that is not what the U.S. or NATO or the
and it was never about weapons of mass destruction because they knew there weren't any in there. That's the whole point. Of course, there was none. The military contractors needed to make their money. Dick Cheney needed to make his money. Bush, they needed their money.
the empire's
Bush dynasty needed their money.
allies have ever been about. No, they have been about
Rumsfeld needed his money. Lindsey Graham, the pedophile of all pedophiles, needed some extra money so he could get rape some more kids. They're expensive.
Facilitating that drug trade. Case in point, say the Golden Triangle and the years of what was the Vietnam War, at least partially about what was really happening there. Air America and all of that. Of course, they were running the drugs. And again, this is a well-documented phenomenon. But the fact that this was not ever about ending the drug trade, well, as I go on to say in this report, perhaps no better demonstration of that fact, that this was not about ending the drug trade, is to be found than the way in which the deep state's mockingbird mouthpieces have reported on the joyous news that a major global supplier of heroin has been removed from the equation. So William Byrd of Lawfare Media laments the Taliban's drug ban, remarkably successful in curbing opium poppy cultivation for 3 years in a row, has devastated poor rural households that depended on opium to make ends meet. Rupert Stone of Nikkei Asia, meanwhile, informs us that the successful poppy crackdown in Afghanistan is actually expanding the narcotics trade somehow. And not to be outdone, the crack journalists at the Washington Democracy Dies in Darkness Post, the Bezos Post, have discovered the decline in poppy cultivation might not be the doing of the Taliban after all. So who was behind it? Well, if you follow that link, you'll find their story, their super secret story from the super secret sources that they dug up, that actually there was this big, elaborate CIA plot to ruin the opium poppy cultivation in the country from about 2004 to 2015, something in that time frame. Exactly when it was hitting record high after record high. Yeah, sure, Washington Post. Anyway, I refute that with some real facts.
Washington Post, these are propaganda networks of the fucking pedophiles. And all of these big news organizations, none of them are legit. They're all fucking pedophile owned by Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. There's not a single one of them that isn't performing a psychological operation on you or the public.
Of course, citing the seminal work on
every bit of, if the source is ever government or these pedophiles, it's automatically discredited. Everything that comes from the fucking pedophile news, the mainstream pedophile news, and everything that comes from the government and everything that comes from the pedophile corporations is all automatically discredited. I don't listen to well-known liars and pedophiles ever. Not one word. I'll chop your head off. I'll do that for you. That's all you get. You get one thing from me killing you. Okay, so don't fucking come at me. Don't come at me, bro.
Alfred W. McCoy's The Politics of Heroin in Southeast Asia, talking about how the CIA shipped in the drugs. But all of that leads to an interesting phenomenon. Afghanistan, opium, heroin, that is so last decade. Who cares? Whatever. No, now it's all about fentanyl. And we know where the fentanyl is coming from, don't we, guys?
Tonight, the U.S. has formally marked Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro and his government allies as members of a foreign terrorist organization, accusing Cartel de los Soles of trafficking.
Again, by doing this, Donald Trump has just proved to the entire world that he's mentally ill.
Drugs into the states. On social media, South Florida Representative Maria Salazar said the Cartel of the Suns is officially recognized as a terrorist organization.
Again, he's doing the exact same thing that Dick Cheney and General Powell and George W. Bush was doing about Saddam Hussein in Iraq. He's the new Saddam Hussein 2.0. He's the evil bad guy. He's got weapons of mass destruction. But this guy, he's allowing fentanyl. We got to invade him. No weapons of mass destruction. Sorry, there were none. Oh, you mean this is the same intelligence? So they already failed once. So you got to believe the same lying pedophiles that murdered people in Iraq. You got to believe the same liars that got it wrong. They got it wrong. So right now to the public, if you have half a brain, they have no credibility. You already murdered a bunch of people because you thought they had weapons of mass destruction. So you got it wrong, and now you're doing it again. You get no credibility. You all got to die and go to jail, if anything. Really? I don't know how you're allowed to exist. I don't get it. They were telling you that Saddam Hussein and Tim Osman, what's his name? Fucking Tim Osman, Osama bin Laden, who was a CIA agent. They were telling you that these are the bad guys. Saddam Hussein, and now they're doing the same fucking thing. These fucking same cocksucking pedophiles like Lindsey Graham are doing the same goddamn thing. These cocksucking cursed motherfucking pedophiles, like these motherfuckers, are doing the same thing. They're villainizing an innocent dude just the same way they did Saddam Hussein. And I don't mean innocent. He's in government. I hate it. I want him dead. He's in government. You're in government. I automatically want you dead. Anywhere in the world, you're mentally ill. If you're in government, you are mentally ill and don't understand freedom, and don't want to leave people alone. Okay, you don't want to leave people alone. You need to die. You got to die. You're an enemy of freedom. You don't understand freedom, so just die. We don't need you. I don't need to deal with explaining it. I'm not going to teach it to you. I'm going to kill you. I don't have time. I'm just going to have to kill you. Okay?
Exactly what Venezuelans have known for years. Adding, for too long, the Maduro regime has financed narco-terrorism and tyranny in Venezuela and throughout our hemisphere.
Tonight, the Pentagon releasing this.
Yeah, this is total murder. You don't have congressional approval. You don't execute people like this. You haven't declared war. They're not attacking you either. Best you can do is arrest them. But what do? Commit murder. Trump needs to be executed immediately for this. Hegseth, Bonji, Kash Patel, they all need to be executed immediately. The entire Trump team needs to be rounded up and executed immediately for these murders. 80 plus people have just been murdered for no fucking reason at all other than an agenda to get oil. Just like in Saddam, just like in Iraq. Okay? He's the Iraq 2.0, Saddam Hussein. He's the villain. He's such an evil bad guy. He's a terrorist. These pedophiles did the same thing. They said the same thing about Saddam Hussein. They said the same thing about Assad in Syria, and they made up a false flag like he gassed his own people, which they loved him. He would never gas his own people. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. Okay.
video of a deadly military airstrike.
And what's his name? Africa, Gaddafi. His people loved him, dude. He had so many rewards. You got married, you get 50 grand right off the bat. You get land, everything free, everything just nonstop was given to his people. Gaddafi, they loved him, dude. But Hillary Clinton murdered him too. They murdered him too.
Strike on what
Just like Saddam.
officials say.
Now they don't like this guy because all those people, those are people that Israel doesn't like. The U.S. has no beef with anybody. It's all Israel that wants to attack all these countries. So every country that you see the U.S. attacking, it's on behalf of Israel that is owning and operating it via dual citizenship, bribery, and the lobbying.
Without providing evidence, was a drug boat attempting to smuggle narcotics into the U.S. The massive explosion sending debris raining down in international waters just off the coast of.
And they murdered him and double tapped him too, just to boot. And then I guess that was the last straw for the retard pedophiles. Oh, that's it. You can do everything else, but boy, they were trying to survive and you killed them. Now it draws a line. Now it draws a line. Like, what's wrong with these retards? Jag, shut up. It's like insane.
Venezuela, flames shooting from the vessel. The U.S. says 4 people were killed.
The president has directed these actions, these strikes against.
You're a murdering cunt, whore, die. You're a terrorist, bitch.
And drug cartels in these boats, consistent with his responsibility to protect.
You're a pedophile protector. Shut up.
The United States interests
Shut
abroad.
up.
Secretary Pete Hegseth saying our intelligence.
You're dead, dude. You're dead, dude. You're so executed. You're so fucking dead. Department of War. You're going to die for that Department of War shit. You're going to die for that, dude. You're going to die for this murders. 84 fucking fishermen, dude, you murdered.
Without a doubt.
To bully Venezuela into giving you oil. You bullied them by murdering 84 people. You're terrorizing the Venezuelans to give you their oil.
Confirmed that
it's bizarre that the people don't see it. You know why they're so uneducated and uninformed? Because they get all their information from the Mockingbird media on TV instead of the internet. Oh, the internet. Do you know why the TV says the internet bad? It's because that's where the real people are. Internet is just people. Internet is just people, you mentally ill retards. The internet is just people. They're people, you assholes. You dumbass. They're you and me, you shitheads.
This vessel was trafficking narcotics. The people on board were.
Well, then you arrest them. Are you gonna arrest me for some fucking weed, or are you gonna murder me? Are you gonna murder me because I wanted to put something in my own body? They just wanted to put something in their own bodies that you have no business to ever to deal with, and you murdered them. You are mentally fucking ill, and you have to die for murder. I don't give a shit. It's not an excuse. You murder someone, you die. There's no excuse. You murder someone, you have to die now. This faggot has to die. This cocksucking pedophile fuck has to die.
We're narco.
You better die. You die in my world, bro. This is my world. And in my world, you die, son. You die.
Terrorists. Today's strike is the 4th known U.S. attack on suspected Venezuela.
You don't get to do this. You die now. You're dead. I curse you to die now. You don't get to do this and murder people like this. Not in my world. No way. You will not cause harm like this in my world.
Drug
and live long.
Boat.
And live long.
Since early September.
We have proof. All you have to do is look at the cargo that was like it spattered all over the ocean.
Shut up, pedophile. It spattered all. No, it didn't. No, you're the biggest liar of all time, pedophile. It's like, dude, you have never even paid a single worker. You've ripped off so many people. You've gone bankrupt so many times. You've raped so many kids. You have so many lawsuits against you, and you have the nerve to speak? Shut your pedophile mouth. Shut it up.
Big bang.
No.
Or is this about getting rid of President Maduro?
No, this is about many things.
On Venezuela in particular, are Maduro's days as president numbered?
Yes, Venezuela.
Pedophile.
Oh, that's right. Haven't you
Dude, Trump is so dead. He's such a murdering fuck. What he did was such a he murders children with genocide in Palestine, and then he murders innocent people in Venezuela. He's dead as shit. I want that fucker executed right now. If you don't execute him, you lose every bit of fucking credibility you have, government. All you assholes in government, if you don't rein in yourselves in, you pedophile fucks, if you don't rein yourselves in, pedophiles, you're going to lose all credibility. You're discrediting yourself to the world. They're going to kill you. You better rein the shit in.
You heard? Yes, Venezuela is the new Afghanistan, i.e. the supplier of the world's deadliest chemical weapons, by which I mean drugs. So let's see how we piece this puzzle together exactly, and let's take a look at the good old U.S. Department of State website, where we can get this press release from earlier this month from Secretary of State Marco Rubio, terrorist designations of Cartel de los Soles. The Department of State intends to designate Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization, an FTO, if you want to be up on the lingo, effective November 24th, 2025. Based in Venezuela, the Cartel de los Soles is headed by Nicolas Maduro and other high-ranking individuals of the illegitimate Maduro regime, to be named later, who have corrupted Venezuela's military, intelligence, legislature, and judiciary. Neither Maduro nor his cronies represent Venezuela's legitimate government because, as you know from a recent edition of Solutions...
First of all, there is no such thing as legitimate government. You don't have my consent. You never had it, ever. I would never allow you to make rules for me. Why would I do that? Why would I say, I'm a grown adult man, why don't you just rule over me and make rules for me that are ridiculous so I can't be free? Like why would I ever do that? I would never consent to government making ridiculous rules for me. Like that's insane. Why would you? Like something's wrong with you. It's like you're a child or something. You're not a man or woman or adult. Something's wrong with you. You can't take responsibility and understand that nobody is a higher authority ever than you. You're the highest authority of yourself here. You are fully responsible for yourself and the world you live in around you. No one or no imaginary things are have any responsibility around here in this world but you. You are the sole one that can do anything here. No imaginary beings can do anything here, assholes. You're the only ones that have to take responsibility for yourselves and to do the shit here.
Watch, it always comes back down to the legitimacy, doesn't it? But they're happy to
There's no such thing. See, this is where he goes full. How mentally ill and dumb this guy is. He thinks he's smart, but he can't understand that there's no such thing as legitimate government. Because I will never ever. Do you want to allow me to make laws and rules for you? Do you want to allow me to dictate and rule over your life? Is that what you're saying you want me to do? All I got to do is say I'm government and it's okay? And it's okay? That's how dumb this guy is. He thinks the government is legitimate. What a jack off.
legitimate.
Again, these fuckers are dumb, bro. They're not that smart.
Those particular governments that are in the State Department's crosshairs, and what better way to do so than by saying, hey, the leader and whoever else we say is part of a drug ring. Trust us, guys. Anyway, of course, it ends with the important part here. The United States will continue using all available tools to protect our national security interests and deny funding and resources to narco-terrorists. So what is this? What on earth terrorist designation of Cartel de los Soles, and who is this? What does it mean? Well, this is a story that the seeds of which were planted years ago, although you may not have seen it, but maybe you were paying attention. You saw, for example, the Miami Herald reporting breathlessly on huge cyber leak offers new proof of how Maduro has turned Venezuela into a narco state from back in 2023. And you know how the hyperventilators of the Mockingbird media love to mock and make fun of the conspiracy realists. Oh, they're all a bunch of crazed tinfoil hatters with their crazy cork boards filled with all, pictures of various people and bits of string connecting it all. Oh, those crazy conspiracy theories. Well, this is the kind of conspiracy theory that the mainstream loves. Here we have a conspiracy theory about an enemy of the US State Department. So, of course, it's okay. Exactly in the same way that any conspiracy theory you wanted to come up with about, say, Assad in Syria back in the 2010s, anything you wanted to say about what kind of crazy stuff he was doing, of course he's gassing and killing his own citizens wantonly. Of course he's doing that because he's a monster. Whatever. In this case, well, of course, yes, there's this gigantic.
And then you got fucking fat asshole, fucking huge fat fuck Clinton going, we can, he died. You are a murdering psychopathic pedophile bitch. What are you? You're bragging about murder you committed. You need your head chopped off slowly with a dull butter knife, right?
Cartel that's operating
You do
within the
understand,
Venezuelan
right?
government as narco terrorists, and now we can designate them
You
as
gotta
narco
die,
terrorists and put a
right?
big
You can't
bullseye
be
on their
here.
head, right? Well, anyway, this comes from the Miami Herald reporting of 2023, where they report on a leak of documents
You
from the
can't be
Colombian
here, right?
prosecutor's office. Okay. Which, bada bing, bada boom. The result, Venezuela is now a major cocaine transport hub, shipping between 250 and 350 metric tons per year with a street value between
Metric.
6.25
Holy
billion.
fuck, I don't even know what the fuck a metric ton is, dude. Holy motherfuck, that sounds fucking big. A metric ton. Not a ton. A motherfucking goddamn metric ton. Huh? Wow, look how long this. I didn't realize this shit's so long, man. Let's take a quick break and come back to it. Talk to everybody over here. Let's see who's up in here. Who's up in here? Tom, what's up, buddy? Yeah, you're very right. Another perspective. You are right. Oh, you're in southern Georgia? By the way, North Carolina is just too fucking cold, man, for me. Like, I need to be south, like what's south of me in Georgia? Like, I need to be in, like, Georgia. It's too cold here, man. It's annoying. I don't know. Sometimes I'm getting used to going out in the cold and doing shit now, though. The oxygen is dense in the breath, and I do get pretty hot fast when I move around. But for the most part, it's really not that. It's just we got a couple weird nights there back in the 20s, way ahead of time. It's not supposed to happen until like January, February or some shit. That's like February, March weather. But whatever. What are you going to do? Tom. You hanging in there, Tom? In the old fucking RV? Are you getting cold or what? You must be getting fucking cold. I mean, dude. You must be getting cold up there where you are. Up there, up north. Canada. Oh, I love it when I run the generator. I get to use the coffee maker, and the coffee tastes so much better. Hey, if you guys can donate, please donate, man. I'm hurting as usual. I mean, I got no food. I got no food. I ate those leftovers. I'm out of food again. And then I was supposed to get some beef sticks delivered by Amazon, and the fucking assholes can't. It didn't fit in the mailbox. You can't leave it next to the mailbox like you've been doing for 5 years. Now I got to go all the way to fucking figure out how to get all the way to the fucking post office now. 45 minutes into town. 45 minutes. Why do you think I order off Amazon so I don't have to go to town, you fucking dipshits? These retards in the U.S. government post office, they're the most mentally ill, dumbest fucking retards of all time. Everybody in government is mentally. You have to be mentally ill to be in government in the first place. It's an automatic. Automatically, you are mentally ill if you're in government. You do not understand this world or freedom at all, ever. You do not get it. You failed. You shit the bed. You failed. Shit stains. Getting tricked into government is an instant failure. You are a failure. You are a fucking failure. You just filled your soul, your own fucking soul, you fucking imbecile. You abomination. You blaspheme me. You're blasphemy. No rules, no rulers. Exactly. Nobody needs to say, hey, we need a rule. Yeah, you can't stab somebody. Like, dude, you don't need a rule for that. You need a brain, an instant brain, if you think you need a rule for something so obvious that you don't go around stabbing people. Like what are you talking about? Like that's the problem in the first place. Like, we're dealing with some mental ill retards in this world. I don't know, the lack of gray matter, the lack of circulation and usage in the brain. Something's wrong with these people here in the first place. Again, there was videos that I was showing how pretty much all children are geniuses, and then they go to school, and every year of school, that group of geniuses goes less and less as the higher they get in school. It's a proven fact. So it's proven that school, by design, is designed to dumb down your genius children. All of your kids are geniuses until they go to school and get dumbed down. And the proof is in the pudding. It's all researched. It's all there. They've done it again and again. So, like, it's not a joke that you say it's indoctrination. Why would you give your children to pedophile strangers that they're going to teach your kids to turn against you? Oh, it's they're multi-generational clashing. No, you got indoctrinated by pedophiles in their schools. Okay, they turn your own kids against you because you're dumb enough to give your kids to strangers. What did you think was going to happen? It's like you're the teacher. You and your family and friends you trust are the teachers of your children. You jack off, shit-stained face retards. How are you this dumb? I don't get it. I love you, sweetheart. You take care. Love you and appreciate you. I hope everything's okay with your father. And I'm sorry about your father there. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. These motherfuckers are fucking dumb. I don't even know who you are, bro. I don't just do split screens with people. What are you talking about?
What happens if you refuse Australia's digital ID in 2025? It's a question millions of Australians are starting to ask, but few are getting a straight answer to. The government,
just a group of strangers. Just a group of strangers that have claimed the right and authority over you. And if you disobey it, it believes that it has the right to punish you. It believes that it is your master and it has the right to rule over you and tell you what to do. You don't get to tell it what to do. That's what this group of people believes, and they are all mentally ill. Everybody in government is inherently mentally ill.
Says it's voluntary. Tech experts call it the future. It's a question millions of Australians are starting to ask, but few are getting a straight answer to. The government says it's voluntary. Tech experts call it the future. Privacy advocates warn it could reshape.
Because they're pedophiles paid to say that, stupid fuck. Shut up! Shut up!
Your rights.
You're all so dumb! You're all so dumb!
So where does that leave you? If you choose not to sign up for digital ID, like the new MyID app, will you still be able to access Centrelink, Medicare, your bank, or even renew your driver's license? Or will saying no quietly lock you out of everyday life in an increasingly digital Australia? Today, We are cutting through the confusion to reveal exactly what's at stake if you opt out of digital ID in 2025, and why voluntary might not mean what you think it does. Let's start with the basics.
When the government says voluntary, I don't think you know what the government means by voluntary. I don't think you understand what the government means by voluntary. I think what you think voluntary means and what they think it means is absolutely two different things. Whoa. What? Huh?
Digital ID is a secure, government-backed system that lets you prove who you are online without handing over physical documents. Instead of emailing a scan of your passport or waiting in line at a service center, you use an app like MyID to verify your identity instantly. The system uses facial recognition, encrypted document checks, and two-factor authentication to confirm you're really you, and then lets you share only the bare minimum of information needed for a specific task. Need to prove you're over 18? Your digital ID can do that without revealing your address or full name. Applying for a tax refund? Log in securely without passwords or paper forms. On the surface, it sounds like a win. Faster service, less fraud, more control over your data. And after massive breaches like Optus and Medibank exposed millions to identity theft, it's easy to see why the government is pushing hard for change. But here's the catch. Convenience often comes with hidden trade-offs. And in 2025, those trade-offs are becoming impossible to ignore. The Digital ID Act officially came into force on December 1, 2024. Since then, federal services like the ATO, Centrelink, and Medicare have already integrated the system. By late 2025, state and territory governments will follow, meaning things like driver's license renewals, housing applications, and even school enrollments could require digital ID verification. And by the end of 2026, banks, telcos, energy providers, and major retailers will be on board too. Now, the government insists this is all voluntary, for individuals, at least.
Again, what you think voluntary and what they think it means, very different. Very, very different things.
There's no law that says you must download MyID or link your identity to the national system. You can still, in theory,
you don't have to do it. You just won't be able to participate in the world we locked you out of. We have a monopoly on your world and your life now because you allowed us pedophiles to roll over you. You allowed just strangers. You want a leader. Where are they following you? Over a cliff? You stupid fucking barnyard animal. What are you, a barnyard animal? Or what are you, a lemming? What are you, a herd animal or something where you need a leader? What are you, a sheep in a herd and you need a shepherd? You're a fucking grown man, adult or woman. You don't need a fucking leader. What the fuck? Freedom is so you can be independent and do everything different from the herd. If you want to be different, you can be different. You don't have to do anything all these assholes in the rest of the world are doing without any consequence at all. That's freedom.
Use your physical driver's license, passport, or birth certificate to prove who you are. But theory and reality are two very different things. Because while you won't face fines or legal penalties for refusing digital ID, you will face consequences, subtle, systemic, and increasingly unavoidable. First, there's access. As more services migrate to digital ID-only portals, the traditional options are quietly being scaled back. Why? Because maintaining two parallel systems, one digital, one analog, is expensive and inefficient. Service Australia has already begun streamlining its online platforms around digital ID logins. Banks are testing digital ID for new account openings. Telcos are using it to verify SIM swaps and prevent fraud. If you're not in the system, you may find yourself forced into slower, in-person processes, or worse, hitting dead ends when trying to complete tasks online. Imagine this: you're applying for a small business loan. The bank's entire digital onboarding process is built around digital ID verification. You say you'd prefer to come in with your passport. They tell you branch appointments are booked out for 6 weeks, and even then, you'll still need to complete part of the process online. Suddenly, voluntary feels a lot like mandatory. Second, there's time. Without digital ID, everything takes longer. Manual verification means more paperwork, more waiting, more back and forth. In a world where speed equals service, opting out could mean you're treated as a second class
They create the problem and that's slow it down, make it slow, so they want to force you in.
user.
The normal returns like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, boo boo goo boo.
Someone who's difficult to serve. That might not matter if you rarely interact with government or financial institutions. But if you rely on Centrelink,
And I avoid government at all costs. The plague, even when I could be getting food stamps, don't want them. Stay away. I ain't dealing with these fucking pedophiles.
need regular Medicare.
Bad mojo. It is bad karma to even deal with government, dude. It's bad karma as far as I'm concerned. I'll never deal with them, dude.
Claims, or are applying for housing support, delays could have real financial and emotional costs. Third, and perhaps most concerning, is the risk of digital exclusion. Australia's push for digital ID isn't just about efficiency. It's part of a broader shift toward a fully digital public infrastructure. Once the system is embedded across federal, state, and private sectors, maintaining non-digital alternatives becomes politically and economically unviable. We've seen this before. Remember when paper tax returns vanished? Or when in-person Medicare claims were phased out? What starts as optional often becomes obsolete within a few years. And let's be clear, this isn't speculation. The rollout plan is already written. Phase 1, federal services, done. Phase 2, states and territories, rolling out now in 2025. Phase 3, private sector, coming by 2026. The infrastructure is being built right now to make digital ID the default. Not because they'll force you at gunpoint, but because they'll make everything else so inconvenient that compliance feels like the only rational choice. Now, what about privacy? The government promises strong safeguards. The Digital ID Act includes
When they're the ones that create the back doors that can hack easily, shut up.
strict rules, data minimization, user consent, encryption, and oversight by the ACCC and OAIC. Accredited providers must undergo rigorous security checks. And in 2025, new amendments are being proposed to improve transparency and create better redress for victims of fraud. But critics remain wary.
Oh, boy.
Even if your personal data isn't stored in a central database, every time you use digital ID, you create a trail, logging into Centrelink, then
A digital footprint for the pedophiles to sniff up your asshole.
Medicare, then your bank. That
So complete strangers can sniff your asshole.
metadata, over time, paints an incredibly detailed picture of your life. And while the law currently prohibits function creep, using digital ID for purposes beyond identity verification, laws can change. Emergency powers, national security claims, or future governments could expand its use in ways we can't yet predict. So where do
Again, they make a lot of claims. But if you make a claim to them, you got to prove this and that. They make a claim, they're just allowed to murder people in boats. You had some see the drugs, they went over the water. You saw that. You saw it. Yeah, God, just go back to sleep. Boo boo. Trump thinks you're so dumb. That pedophile king, the pedophile king thinks you're so dumb.
does that leave you in 2025? If you're an individual, you still have a choice, technically. You can refuse digital ID today without legal consequence. But that choice comes with growing friction. You might lose access to streamlined services. You might face longer wait times. You might be excluded from new digital-only platforms. And as the system becomes more entrenched, those frictions will only increase. For businesses and government agencies, however, there's no choice at all. If you're part of the Australian government digital ID system, compliance is mandatory. Fail to meet security standards? You could lose accreditation. Mishandle user data? You'll be
They don't call it Australia anymore. They call it Australia.
investigated, fined, and publicly listed in compliance reports. The ACCC isn't playing around, and that pressure will inevitably trickle down to how services treat non-digital ID users. So, can you skip Australia's digital ID in 2025? Yes, but not without cost. The real question isn't whether the system is voluntary on paper. It's whether you'll still be able to participate fully in Australian society if you opt out. And as the months go by, that line between choice and coercion is getting blurrier.
It's not voluntary then, you pedophile fucks. Again, everything government does is non-voluntary. That's why they're the pedophiles. That's why we call it rape. Okay. It's called child rape. It's called freedom rape.
By the day. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about awareness. Digital ID has real benefits, especially for vulnerable communities, remote residents, and anyone tired of bureaucratic red tape.
Nope.
But it also demands a trade-off.
No, there are no benefits, dude. I don't want to have anything to do with the digital system. So take that shit and shove it up your ass. Shove that shit up your asshole. I don't want a digital system. You should have asked me first. And then you would have known. You should have fucking taken the time to consider I'm in your world and you want to deal with me. We're not going to do it. I'm not dealing. We're not doing it.
It's for control, efficiency for exposure. Before you decide, do your homework. Read the Privacy Act amendments. Understand what data MyID collects and how long it's retained. Know your rights under the Digital ID Act. And most importantly,
I gotta know some rules some pedophile made up for me. Are you fucking mentally? Shut your fucking pie hole. These pedophiles are so dumb, dude. Shut up. Shut up.
Public or protect rarely most powerful.
Folks, digital ID.
Ah! So look, so Max, MaxiPad over here is at Jeff's house. I don't know if he's there or not, but he's walking right there in the same place where Jeff walks with all the melted buildings and deformed red bricks. See those? That used to be a perfect wall. That was a perfect wall of red brick and mortar. Something happened to it about 300 to 500 years ago. Something wiped out the entire highly advanced civilization here. Sent the water up. Sent all the water up into a gas. And when the heat cooled off, it all flooded down over everything, over the melted buildings. That's why you have melted buildings underwater.
Digital ID is coming and it's rolling out everywhere. And what do you think it's going to look like?
Lemmings off the cliff. Oh, yikes. Ah! It sucked him dry. He needs to get sucked dry.
Yes, and won't that be a wonderful reality to be living in? It's crazy, folks. I've been warning people about this for the last 20 years, over 20 years.
Yes.
In my film that I put out 15 years ago, I was talking about this, and now it's all rolling out, but there is a remedy. As I've mentioned before, if we were to withdraw all service from these people and we were to stop complying with this system that they're rolling out, then they wouldn't be able to roll it out. And that's exactly what they're doing in Italy. They are withdrawing all service. They're refusing to spend cash. They're just completely forgetting the system. They're shutting everything down. They're staying home. And guess what? It's working.
Yeah, that is crazy, dude.
First it was Nepal, now it's Italy. The people of Italy are in the streets. It's going on a week now. They found out that their government, Republican and Democrat, were all working together and just taking away and chipping away at the Italian people's rights. And they got sick and tired of that country in the Middle East that seems to have way too much control in their government. And guess what? They said, no, we're not going to be violent. We're just not going to work. We're not going to buy anything, and we're not going to pay our taxes. And you're going to go bankrupt. It's working, folks. It's working. And guess what? That country in the Middle East that's got their hands in.
But here's the thing. They'll just go to the Federal Reserve or central bank and create the money and it's in there and borrow it like they always do. It's all borrowed money, create debt, and then it'll dilute your money supply and inflate prices. And it's a hidden tax.
In every other country, look what's going on at TikTok. Look what's happening right now on Facebook. Look what they're doing on YouTube. Look what UK is doing with that digital ID. You can't work, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't nothing without this digital ID. It is stand in line, do as you're told, and that's coming. That's coming, kids.
Ridiculous.
It's coming. And if you don't stand up now, we're going to be like dogs on a leash. We ain't going to be able to get to them. We ain't going to be able to get to them.
Dogs on a
Gotta
leash.
stand up, kids.
That's pretty interesting. Same with the drones and the Terminator robots and AI. It's dogs on a leash. It's the same thing, man.
Look at the world. It's got a blueprint for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do these people have a plan to enslave us? Like, that's not a conspiracy. Like, unless you're fucking retarded. Like, look right here. This used to be perfect red brick and mortar. Look, it got melted. The byproduct of too much electricity is heat. As we can see, it completely deformed and melted the red brick and mortar here, right here.
Folks, and that's what I've been suggesting for the last couple of months. It's what I was suggesting in my tour of Croatia last year, that people start withdrawing service from their government. And it seems like the Italians have heard the message. Well, either they heard the message or they...
Yeah, dude, they were listening to you. That's why they did it, dude. Yeah, you did the whole thing. It was all because of you, dude. Yeah. You're as delusional as Jeff Dumbfuck.
Just took it upon themselves to do this, and
it's
a great way of doing things, folks, and it actually works.
Literally, Jeff Burbank thinks he's the god of everything. It's insane to listen to this guy.
As can be clearly seen by what's going on in Italy. It's really good to see, folks, and they're just bringing it out incrementally, step by step, biometrics at the airports. I've noticed there's biometrics everywhere when you're traveling now, folks. I've been traveling the last few weeks, the last sort of month. I was in Croatia for a couple of months, and then I started traveling, and I've been going through the United States, and I've been actually going and trying to work out some solutions for a sick friend of mine in Arizona. So I'm actually going to be going back.
Zone of the Aryans.
Back to Arizona probably next week. I've come back here to Acapulco to actually grab my Tesla machine and take
Arizona or Aryan Zone.
That up to her. I know a lot of people are skeptical about the Tesla machine. I mean, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical about everything. Always have been. Thing is, I've been getting some pretty good results from it. So,
oh shit,
that's one thing. It's just a placebo. Well, if it's a placebo, it's working.
Nice.
So I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to take the machine up to see her. So I'll try to do a video when I'm up there in Sedona. But I just don't know at the moment. Actually, the last video I uploaded as well, I think I was in Sedona when I made that video. And remember after I uploaded it, about 5 or 6 hours after I
he talks about nonsense.
And then to find out the guy who I thought was Charlie Kirk is actually an adversary of his, or I don't know if he's an adversary. He's certainly an adversary of Candace Owens, but I don't know whether he's an adversary.
Folks, Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson are total CIA agents. Like, Tucker's dad was in the CIA. They're all CIA. It's preposterous to think that they give a fuck about you.
Adversary of Charlie Kirk. But yeah, it's interesting that all that's happening.
I mean, Candace Owens proved it in that one interview where she completely flailed and flopped intentionally to make the narrative look retarded. Could you be more obvious?
But like I said, the most important thing to focus on at the moment is this digital ID and to take steps to stop this happening. See, while everyone is distracted and arguing about Charlie Kirk, and I know it's all very interesting, open up that little doorway, go down the rabbit hole, spy versus spy version of reality, get the latest update every day. It's exciting. And sure, I mean, if you want to be excited by that stuff, sure, go and look into it. But pay attention to this digital slavery system and pay attention to what's happening in Italy. Like, you're never going to see this reported on the media. They're just completely shutting down the country. They're refusing to comply. And they're just not going to let it happen. And none of this is being done for your convenience, folks. Digital ID is not being done for your convenience. Digital ID is quite literally the holy grail of slavery systems. It's not for your convenience at all. And you need to pay attention to this. It's so important that we don't let this happen. And we hold all the power, as the people in Italy are showing you. And you look at the steps they're prepared to take to enforce this sort of stuff. As I've said for so many years, folks, look what's just happened in Gaza and Palestine. Look what's still going on in Gaza and Palestine. And consider this a form of warehousing and surplusing human beings, and pay attention, because if we don't deal with it, then the way of Palestine will be the way of the world. I've said this so many times. They're showing you just how brutal they're prepared to be to implement the system they want to implement.
Listen to what he just said, man. Listen to what he just fucking said. If you don't pay attention, the way of the Palestine is the way of the world. This is what they want to do to you. You are seeing in advance the end result of government. It's like a gift for the retards, so they can understand that they're next if they don't stop this shit. And guess who's taking the brunt of it and is sacrificing themselves for you to understand this shit? The Palestinians.
And don't think it stopped in Gaza and Palestine. It hasn't. I mean, they might say,
yeah, folks, the greater Israel plan is to expand and murder and keep murdering everybody around it until the entire world is under its control. Okay? It never stops.
the war's over, there's a ceasefire.
They're showing you the end result of government and what it looks like. And there it is. It's called the Palestinians being genocided. You're getting a look of what the end result of every state government does. When you look at Stalin, starved out his own people in the Soviet Union. Same with Pol Pot in Cambodia and Mao Zedong in China. Every single government has murdered its own people, every single one, and starved them, and usually through starvation, via starvation too, usually through that method.
Fire, all that sort of stuff. Israel's still bombing the shit out of them. Israel is now going into West Bank, which they're not calling West Bank anymore. They're calling it Samaria, using the biblical name because it sounds more Jewish if they do that.
Which, by the way, that is absolutely an abomination and blasphemy.
They're saying they're going because they won't allow terrorism to take root in West Bank. They do this sort of stuff. They're saying they're going in there and carrying out counter-terrorism activities. They always say this to defend.
They're the terrorists. You invaded the Palestine country when you did it in 1948. You're the fucking terrorist. What are you talking about? You're mentally ill. Everybody in Israel is mentally fucking ill.
Defend their own terrorism. What they're doing is they're going in there and they're carrying out terrorist activities, massive terrorist activities, attacking civilian homes, kicking people out, stealing their homes. And they won't allow any insurgents, any resistance against their terror activities to take hold. Now, Israel is a terrorist state. You know, they dress these people up in military uniforms and call them soldiers. They're actually terrorists. The IDF is the most well-funded terrorist organization on earth. You just got to look at the damage they've done to Gaza.
There you go. That's the result of terrorism. What you're looking at is civilian. What you're looking at is civilian populations being systematically bombed, murdered, terrorized, and destroyed by a pedophile state of Israel. They invaded Palestine in 1948, and they have continued ever since to broaden their circle of the invasion from the beginning of 1948. They have almost completely taken over the entire country by the year 2025. They've driven these poor people all the way. These colonists, by the way, they're colonists. These colonizers have almost driven the Palestinians to the sea. In fact, they already have. They've driven them to the sea, just in the same way the colonizers did this to all the native people in what you call the U.S., North America today. and South America, and all of them were an invasion by the colonists. They were all colonized, which means just invaded and terrorized and taken over via murder. You know I'm right too. Damn, y'all know I'm right. If I'm right, you're right. You're right, I'm right. Again, folks, they always, it's a war. There was never such thing. There was never a war. It was nothing but Israel bombing a civilian population. That's not a war. Palestine never ever had a military or a government or a defense. They don't have any of that. They don't have a military. They don't have a way to fight war. The only way they did is Hamas was created by Israel, so they had a reason to continue their devastation and genocide and land grab. They want to take over they want to run the Palestinians to the sea. It's a land grab. They're colonizers. It's as simple as that. No different than when the colonizers murdered the Native Americans here. It's identical. They murdered these motherfuckers. It's straight up murder. Gave them blankets with disease on them. These are dirty fuckers. Colonizers are dirty, evil, pedophile fucks, right? I mean, use your fucking brains. Like you're at home eating dinner, and the next thing you know, a bunch of colonizers murders your whole family in front of you, and then you're next. Like, how is that cool? Right? Is that cool? You like that world? Is that the world you want to live in?
Yeah, Gaza has been decimated.
There it is. There's the colonization. Check out the fucking colonization by the fucking pedophilites. By the pedophilites. The Israelites. Look at the pedophilites. Look at the takeover by the colonizers. Gander the colonization by the pedophilites. An invasion. They're worse than it's worse. What's happening to them ain't jack shit compared to what I mean, dude. I don't know. Obviously, what happened to the Native Americans ain't good either. But I don't. They didn't get handled like this shit. This is next level colonization here, terrorism, dude. This is crazy. Even though what the colonizers did here is real bad too, really bad, very.
Yeah, and Israel still controls 68% of the Gaza Strip while they're going in and wiping out West Bank.
Again, this is nothing more than a colonization pedophile takeover by a group of terrorists in 1948, assisted by the UK and the United States government.
All being done by the support.
Well, they said they would help. They would help the UK get the US into the war if they would help them invade Palestine. That was the deal. That's the deal. The group of terrorists worked a deal out with the UK that they would, because they control the US. They said, hey, UK, we'll help you by getting the US involved if you let us help us invade the Palestinians and colonize and take over there. And then we'll pretend it was our land. And even though we're white as shit, we'll pretend that we're the Semites and shit. When the Palestinians are the true Semites, we'll pretend we have it, even though you're not allowed to have a DNA test to prove you're not these days. It's ridiculous.
They're getting from Western politicians. And, again, folks, if Western politicians are going to support this and allow this to happen in Palestine, what do you think they have in store for you? Roll all that together with the digital ID, and you can begin to see very much where all this is going.
Damn.
But we hold all power. None of this works without our compliance. And this whole slavery system they're rolling out, the digital cash, all this sort of crap.
And the only reason they're getting compliance is because the people are tricked and they're so dumb. I don't understand how they allow this shit. It is just, it's like they're under mind control. It's like they're fucking hypnotized, man. It's like they're absolutely under a fucking spell, hypnotized, brainwashed. It's crazy, the public, how dumb they are. They all literally think that watching the TV is where they get this, or they're supposed to get the news information. And when they're the fucking psychological operators, it's like, use your little pea brains besides something from keeping your ears apart.
None of it works without our compliance. None of it works without the digital ID. They have to have the digital ID in place.
Because once they have that, all these pedophile, order following, mental ill pedophile cops and military will just follow orders of the fucking pedophile politicians, protectors, and pedophiles.
Take an example of what's happening in Israel and what's happening in Gaza, and realize this is all being funded by Western politicians. You know, Bibi Netanyahu, war criminal, being welcomed everywhere. They hate him in Israel, and he's got nothing to do with Judaism or the state of Israel at all. He doesn't even come from that area.
They call themselves Netanyahu.
Here's the Antichrist. If there was again, preventing you from regenerating your vessel, you will never regenerate your vessel with this guy running around. I'm a fluke. I'm a undetectable outlier. But you got to get rid of these people, man. This is like an antichrist. You got to get rid of people like this here. They can't be alive right now. They can't be alive here. They have to die. Netanyahu has to die. Trump has to die. They can't be here. Hegseth, these murderers, they can't. The whole Trump crew has to die. They can't be here. These are psychopathic murderers. They have no regard or value for human life whatsoever. And they're sociopaths as well. They're both psychopaths and sociopaths.
But it's just a
meaning they don't care, they don't value life, or they don't value emotions either.
Stolen name, a Hebrew mask plastered over a European exile's face. His real name was Milikowski, born of Ashkenazi lineage.
Again, he's a fucking dumb fucking Polak. No offense. But again, when I was growing up, we used to say Polak jokes all the time, how dumb these Polacks were, okay? They used to go, how many Polacks does it take to change a light bulb? I'm not kidding. That was a major, you heard, I don't care where, that's all you heard, is that how many Polacks does it take to change a fucking light bulb and shit? 100. 1 to hold the bulb and 99 to spin the house. Come on. Or 5. 1 to hold the bulb and 4 to spin the ladder.
It's from Poland. Benjamin.
Hey, how do you make a Polak go crazy? How do you make Netanyahu go crazy? Stick him in a round room and tell him to piss in a corner.
And Netanyahu has neither the blood, nor the land, nor the language of those he claims to represent. His Judaism is not that of the shepherds of Hebron, nor the poets of Jaffa. It is the Judaism of a colonizer from elsewhere who put on the prophet's robe to hide.
I don't know, dude. You gotta be pretty dumb to spawn something like this, Polaks. You gotta be pretty dumb to spawn a demon like this, a physical, manifested demon, you allowed a demon to physically manifest here? Are you fucking stupid, people? Are you fucking stupid?
At the scent of ashes.
You can never allow these demons to physically manifest here. You have to be retarded.
Because what he represents today is not a people. It is a machine, a political, military, ideological.
You might as well be a fucking shape-shifting reptilian.
Machine, a machine of steel and contempt. Netanyahu didn't grow up on the banks of the Jordan. He grew up in the salons of New York's conservative elite and the
fucking New York City scumbag piece of shit.
Ultra-nationalist sermons of his father, Ben Zion, the hardline.
No offense to New York City scumbag pieces of shit.
Zionist
Sorry about that. I shouldn't have. No, yeah, my bad.
He never spoke Arabic.
That's offending you.
He never shared bread with a Palestinian.
I didn't mean to do
He
that.
never had to bury a child beneath the rubble of an Israeli airstrike. He is not from this land. He took it.
Ooh.
And yet he decides.
Oh.
He
yeah.
demolishes.
Whoa.
He signs the orders.
Uh-oh.
Today, under his rule, Gaza is a graveyard for children.
Children are
Rafah,
dead
a field
everywhere.
of ruins. Jenin, a goat.
You're a starving child waving a white flag, and you want to go and get some food? Fuck you. A sniper's going to fucking shoot you in the fucking head, or whatever the game is that day, whatever the body organ is that day for the snipers to hit. That's what you're going to fucking get. That's what that's about.
Ghost town.
And then they laugh about it too as they fucking murder you.
But the Western politics.
They 4K'd it. They did it live. They live streamed it in 4K, murdering Israeli snipers, murdering children, trying to get food, waving a white flag on live stream. And you wonder why everybody hates you. You're an anti-Semite. No, I'm an anti-murder a child that's starving, trying to get food. I'm an anti-shoot him in the head, a child trying to get food. In my Semite. That's what I am.
Politicians love him, folks. They all love going and prostrating themselves and rubbing their hands against.
I'm against you shooting and murdering a child trying to get food, waving a white flag. That's what I'm against. Dude, I don't give a fuck if you're goddamn purple or rainbow colored, you idiot. I care about how you behave. I care about your compassion. That's all I care about. And your integrity and ethical and moral behavior.
Their
or philosophies.
Precious wall in Israel, which is in fact the wall.
These cocksucking pedophiles.
Or
Look at
the
them.
Roman
They're
fortress.
all a bunch of slave retards. Look at them.
And not
Look at this cocksucking slave to Israel. Look at him. Look at this dumb fucking slave. That's melted building, by the way. Look at that. Look at all that melt job. Look how melted it is. These retards are literally touching melted concrete molds that have been placed over red brick.
not the wall of King Solomon's temple.
That was the style back in the day. They had all these red brick buildings, and then they had a lot of them. They would also add to that. They would drill a hole in the bricks and put steel rods, and then that's how they would mount the upgraded concrete molds that they would place over the red bricks over these buildings to make them look really like they would last forever, updated, upgraded.
At all.
Look at this cocksucking little small. You see, it's a big club and you ain't in it. It's a small hat club. It's the Foreskin Nibbler Club. The Foreskin Nibbler Club. Look, he's a slave to Israel. This is treason. This is treason. This is blatant and open treason, giving loyalty to another giving loyalty to a foreign country. This is goddamn treason. Arrest him immediately. Ooh. Here we go. U.S. officials at the Israeli wall. At the Jizz wall. Again, here's Trump at the Jizz wall in Israel. In fact, it's all the politicians at the Jizz wall.
Look like it's magic. Oh, yeah. 'Cause I see nobody but you. I'm never confused. Hey, I'm so used to being used. So I love when you call unexpected.
Yeah, he's the most hated man in all of Israel.
Again, Israel is a terrorist pariah state. It is the pariah state. Everybody hates fucking Israel. Everybody hates these motherfuckers. Not Jews, but the Zionists, the Israeli government. Even the people of Israel, for the most part, have really no say about anything, even though they are brainwashed from day one. They're really getting heavily sedated with disinfo.
And all of the rise in anti-Semitism that you see around the world is all a direct result of the actions of Benjamin Netanyahu and what he's doing around.
I'm a pathological fucking liar, and if you believe one single word I say, you're a mindless fool. Again, here's the pedophile that used to roam New York City streets. New York City streets, and he's over there, a colonist in invaded Palestine, the country of Palestine. A New York Polak, a fucking Polak. He's dumber than a fucking Polak. How many fucking Netanyahus does it take to change a fucking light bulb? Huh? How many Netanyahus does it take to change a fucking light bulb? I don't know. He's too busy raping kids and sucking their foreskins off their dicks.
The world is all a direct result of the actions of Benjamin Netanyahu and what he's done to the Gaza Strip. He's a child killer. He's a murderer.
He has a collection of baby foreskins. Netanyahu. You didn't know Netanyahu has a collection of foreskins? You better wise up, people. There's a lot of things you don't know about him, is there? Don't you?
Well, no one wants to be associated with this man.
Maybe if you went out of your body awake and aware, you could find out shit like that too.
Okay? But, you know, again, part of his play is to get all the Jews around the world to feel unsafe in their own countries and to feel that they need to return to Israel because it's the only place that's going to keep them safe. All very contrived, folks, and all stuff that we talked about for so long.
Get a vaccine. Get a maxi pad.
What an incredible time to be alive.
No.
I mean, really, literally, we really are.
It's not that great watching people suffer. It'll be incredible when they wake up and we're free again. That'll be the best time. When we break loose and we're free again, that'll be the best time to live, right? Right? Won't it be the best time, like when we're free again? That'll be the best time in this place again. Like when we're allowed, when the fucking pedophile government is dead and we can be free again.
Sure, there's been a lot of interesting history.
You're not free to cause harm. Do I even have to say that? You're not free to cause harm, but you're free. If it's not causing harm, you're free to do it.
On Earth, but this is like humanity's final stand. This is like the last battle.
Yeah, because let me explain something. Everybody's starting. You better realize if they get this thing fucking locked down and locked in, excuse me, the digital prison, these order following morons will obey everything they say and make this place a digital prison hell. You won't be able to do anything.
Only the battle's being fought with
Not to mention they'll shut you down with the button. They'll just turn your fucking card off, man, or your digital ID off, your biometrics off. Oh, your face scan shows up. Nah, you don't get to buy here. You don't get to do nothing here. You're banned.
Conventional weapon.
You're banned from society. Like they're gonna ban you, man. Like the pedophiles.
And it's not being fought with guns and
it's comical.
And airplanes and tanks and stuff. It's a battle for your mind. It's a battle for digital control.
There's a war on for your mind, an information war. And if you have the wrong information, you will act on incorrect information. You should never, ever act on incorrect information.
It's a battle to put a digital barrier between you and the abundance of the earth. So you're not going to be able to do anything without swiping yourself.
Because information is also what creates behavior.
The phone or getting an ID code or proving who you are or any of this sort of crap. You know, identity theft is so rife. You know anybody who's ever had their identity stolen? I don't know anybody.
Nobody.
I've never had my identity stolen.
And don't make it to where it can get. Don't make it to where it can get stolen again. Don't have the info out there ever at all. Why would you put the info out there then? Right, so it can get stolen in the first place. It's like they don't think here. It's like you can't you tell they're trying to fuck you? They're trick you, people.
Insecure in everything that I've done. I never had my identity stolen. I don't know anybody who's ever had any of these problems that they say they're keeping us safe from. You know, the media generates these reports and tells us about this stuff that happens on the TV, but how do we know any of it's true? We don't know any of it's true.
You automatically know it's not true, dumb fuck, because well-known liars have no credit with me. Stupid. Anything they say is obviously a fucking farce lie. Because why would they be saying it other than to perform a psychological operation in order to manipulate your behavior and control you? Stupid fuck. Childlike. It's childlike.
They did in Australia. Remember the media telling you that the Australian Prime Minister, Julia Gillard, was attacked by
He's always had a childlike mind.
violent protesters. And then they had this video report come out, which showed Julia Gillard being ushered out of this building. And there was like 6 or 8 cops around and jumping up and down, pretending they were fighting off a crowd. When they weren't. The only people who were there were the 6 or 8 cops. They ushered it out to a car, all jumping around. Terrible actors, like really trying to make it look like they were, being jostled by a crowd, but they weren't. They were just jostling each other. It was such a fraud. And that's the freaking news, folks.
Again, look at these fucking retarded, fucking mentally ill pedophile cops just pushing each other around. It's cops pushing each other. Like, how mentally ill, pedophiled out do you have to be to do? What is wrong with these motherfuckers? What a fucking spectacle of pedophilia.
Remember when they were saying that they were in Iraq with the bombing in the first Gulf War?
CNN's Carl Rochelle is here with me. Just came up. Carl,
again, they're not in Iraq. They're pretending. They're lying, just like all the news, right? And Mockingbird Media, CIA-run news corporation, Vanguard, Black, White, and State Street. Yeah, this is all in front of a green screen.
I know we can't be very specific.
Guy's such a fucking shit stain. They're such shit stains. What a retard. They're so cocky and stupid. It's like they got no respect, and out of this non-respect, they're easily busted.
Given these restrictions, but within those parameters, what did you see? Well, what I saw, I didn't see anything hit. I looked very.
Again, you have to watch how mentally ill this guy is on the left. Again, there's no gas anywhere, right, in sight. But watch this mentally ill retard throw a mask on to try to scare people. Like, fuck this fucking faggot right here.
Almost straight above us, there's a vapor trail coming from my right to my left, and there's a cloud of something. It looks like it might have been an explosion in the cloud. The white city.
Again, for no reason at all. There was no bomb, no incoming, nothing. There's nothing going on. He just freaks out. He just freaks the fuck out and throws a mask on like a mentally ill retard, like everybody's retarded or something. Like everybody's fucking retarded or something. He does like what a 10-year-old child would do. Even this guy, this other faker, liar, even this guy calls him out how stupid that was. Watch.
He's putting on a gas mask.
He's putting on a gas
mask up here.
There's no gas. Do you smell anything?
You may smell some of the fumes from
You may smell some of the fumes coming from my asshole. You fucking fart stain.
A missile exhaust going off. The missile was using a rocket, a cordite, some sort of burning. We just heard a little thump just then. But I have to apologize for that.
This is the stuff that we get from the news, folks. So why would you believe anything they say at all? They talk about identity.
That's what I said, dumb fuck. Anything the government or the news or the corporations or any of these rich pedophile fucks says, it's automatically a manipulative lie to get you to fall for some trick, stupid. Damn, I was telling this shit. Dude, this guy finally is getting it. It's like boo-boo, gaga, boo-boo.
After this and all that sort of crap. How do you know any of it's true? How do you know any of it is real?
You finally get it. He used to talk a couple years ago. This idiot would act like everything on the news was solid fact. That's how dumb he was. He was so fucking dumb. Just a couple years ago, he would sit here and quote the news. That's how dumb he was. Now he's like totally seeing it. It's like amazing how dumb he was.
Thing they do that they say they are doing to
He
prevent
could
human
literally
suffering
quote the news like it was solid rocket. Everything had happened. That's how dumb he was.
simply
Insane.
causes human
It's
suffering.
annoying as shit,
But
really.
the thing is, the whole mechanism is being laid bare now. The veil is falling down. The great revealing, the great awakening, the apocalypse, the great revealing. That's what it is, folks. And we're living through it. And we actually hold all the cards and we hold the keys to our own future. It depends on whether we allow all of this stuff to happen. This is stuff that I've been saying since
Can't
my
allow it.
very first films.
Can't
All
allow
the
it.
stuff that is happening only happens if we allow it.
Look at these motherfuckers. They got Christmas decorations out already. Over here at Jeff's house or Jeff's neighbors, or maybe it's his.
We've got to get back in touch with other people. Get back in touch with what it means to be human. Get back in touch with their life skills. Get back in touch with your neighbors. Just learn how to get along with people. You know, it isn't all about social standing. It isn't all about, the one with the biggest front door wins. It isn't about any of that sort of stuff. Now, you come here to experience you to the fullest of your potential, whatever that is. And maybe this is what it takes for you to do that. Maybe you've got to be staring point blank at your own slavery, realizing that all of your rights are just about to be stripped away from you by the click of a button. Simply because
And it's already
you're
a total,
scrolling.
it's already a total complete fucking prison as it is. You ain't, and we ain't seen, but when they get this, we ain't seen nothing yet with this digital shit. It's a nightmare. It's insane. Look what they've already done to the middle class. There is no middle
You
class.
want to be able to click it and you want things to be convenient for you.
In fact, that's enough of him. We got other shit. It's crazy. How y'all doing in the chat? Bless your hearts. Bless your hearts for being in the chat. Where the fuck was I? Oh man, did I? Man, dude, y'all better hang on, man. Hang on, hold on, strap in. Put your seatbelts on right now. Y'all better put on your seatbelt right now. So your head doesn't hit the dash. Oh no, that ain't it. You should have buckled up before your head hit the dash. Caught on tape, Campbell's Soup exec reveals truth about 3D printed fake meat, lab grown meat.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Dore Show. My name is James Lee, filling in for Jimmy. Kurt had to go to a different show, but appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got one final bonus story for you guys. This is an interesting one where the Campbell's Soup, one of the VPs, was caught on a hot mic talking about engineered meat and chicken from a 3D printer. Let's take a listen here.
I love it. Former Campbell Soup Company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part
We
of
have shit for fucking poor people who buy our shit.
an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely
I don't buy fucking Campbell's products barely anymore.
anymore. It's not healthy. Now that
It's not healthy now that I know what the fuck's in it.
I know what the in it. Even in a can of soup, I look
Even in a can of soup, I look at it.
at it. Look at me. Bioengineered meat.
Look at it. Bioengineered meat.
I don't want to eat
I don't want to eat a fucking
a piece of chicken that came from
piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
a 3D printer. You?
The recording
You?
allegedly
You? No, fuck, no, I don't. Fuck these pedophile corporations. You want to cause harm? You better put a disclaimer of the shit you're selling, so people can say, "Hey, I don't want to die from your fucking poison." Otherwise, you're causing harm, and you all got to die. Campbell, round up all these motherfuckers, and Campbell execute them slowly.
of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza said,
All right. So that we appreciate some people like that, just, for saying the quiet part out loud, because that's what we need to know, because Campbell Soup is not really real food. So let's find out what this 3D printed meat actually is.
The entire world will start eating meat printed by a printer, and we won't even be able to tell if it's real meat or not. This isn't a plot from Black Mirror. It's our reality
Soylent Green! Soylent Green!
unfolding. Here's why printed meat resembles real meat so closely. The 3D printers use special bio-inks to create it. These bio-inks are actually made from stem cells extracted from different animals depending on the desired type of meat: beef, pork, poultry, or even fish. In a laboratory, these cells then multiply, interact, and differentiate into the fat and muscle cells that make up bio-ink. These bio-inks are then intricately layered by specialized 3D printers to construct meat products that closely mimic the texture, taste, and nutritional composition of traditional meats.
I just puked in the back of my mouth from listening to this.
This is identical to real beef, and when it is ready and served, even the smell is the same. Scientists claim that by using this technology, the environmental impact associated with conventional livestock farming will be greatly reduced.
It always seems to somehow come back to the environment, right? They're saying that we need to get rid of these cows because they're farting too much or whatever it is. And
Again, it's a mental illness. Everything in the air automatically is filtered and dissipates into a neutral inert gas. It's a mental illness to talk about anything other than not understanding how the air works in the atmosphere.
Goal is to
It's crazy that they don't understand the most basic understanding of how air and the atmosphere around you works. And it's barely just above the horizontal ground, the horizon, horizon. It's a real thin atmosphere. You go high and it's gone. No more oxygen. That's why you require oxygen in planes, because you go above the atmosphere real easy. Higher than Mount Everest, and you're losing out. I mean, Mount Everest, you're already losing oxygen. You need oxygen bottles to climb Mount Everest. Some of these fuckers that can't do it without oxygen because there is no oxygen there. So then it's just barely above the ground. But that's why there's basically a vacuum right up to the dome, right?
Why there's also a war on farmers is because they want these people, they meaning Bill Gates and all these people who have invested in all this engineered meat companies, they want you to buy this lab grown meat versus actually eating just real food that we've been doing for thousands of years, because now they have a financial stake in doing so, because if they can't, or one of the
I don't
most
know if it's
important
a
things for
vacuum. I
them
didn't
to
mean
try
it
to
like
do
that,
is
but no
not only
oxygen.
control how you think
Sure,
and
the
all the
air's
surveillance
thin.
and things like that we've talked about, but also to control the food supply.
It's thin air,
And this is
right?
how they're doing it. So let's take a look a little bit of who is actually, who might be the ones that are profiting from this. So there's a few different companies that are producing 3D meat
It
printed
really
products.
doesn't matter because they're all owned by Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. Dipshit. Who gives a fuck? I'm kidding.
Right now, one is called Redefined Meat, that is Israeli based, and they produce.
Oh, I see. Okay, good for him. Good for him. Again, everything leads back to these fucking pedophiles in Israel. Like, I swear, it's like watching Scooby-Doo where they put up the mask in Israel every fucking time. At the end of every fucking Scooby-Doo show, it's always fucking Israel. Stop it. I can't take it anymore. Get rid of these kill these motherfuckers. Get them out of here. Get these Ben Shapiro's the fuck out of our country, man. These dual citizen pedophile losers. Get out of here.
Cuts like steaks, brisket, and pulled pork. 2022, they
Arrest
raised 100.
all dual citizens immediately, and anybody that takes foreign money from a foreign country, immediately arrest them and execute them. Lindsey Graham, execute him immediately. He's a foreign traitor. All of them. Trump, 200 million, immediately execute him. He's a foreign traitor.
$135 million to scale factories in
All
Israel.
treason. Taking money from foreign countries, taking money from a corporation is treason. It's all
Netherlands
treason.
targeting global
Any lobbying is treason.
expansion. There's another company called Good Meats that's based in the U.S., specializes in 3D printed
Where, Utah, where the CIA fucking headquarters, or Virginia?
chicken nuggets and
What
fillet.
do you want?
That sounds real good. From stem cells cultured into tissue and printed
Here we
into
go.
structured forms. They received
Oh no.
FDA and USDA approval in 2023. Let's see what else. Stakeholder Foods, Israeli-based as well.
Here we go
3D
again with the pedophiles from Israel. Every Scooby-Doo show. Who's under that mask? Israel. Israel. Every fucking time. Who's under that mask? You know. Israel again.
Fish
Who's
fillets,
behind everything? Israel.
grouper, eel, and burgers using bio-inks from cultivated cells or plant blends.
You want to confuse children about their gender? Israel.
Yeah, that sounds
You want to
yummy.
go woke? Created by Israel.
What else? Aleph Farms, also Israeli-based. What is this with the Israel-based companies? What are they trying to do here?
They're a bunch of fucking psychotic pedophile fucks. Again, they're like leeches. They're parasites. You got to get them off your body, or they will be like a tick and explode in blood.
The first 3D
from eating too much, from drinking too much of your blood, from gorging themselves off the host. You're the host.
printed ribeye steak in 2023 using cultivated bovine cells layered in marbling. Their products
that's gross.
emphasize premium cuts and have been approved for sale in Israel. They've partnered with 3D Systems for
Oh,
printing.
another pedophile fucking corporation, Nestle. That CEO needs to be absolutely executed immediately. Telling you that the water of the earth is you're going to claim the water? I'll kill you right now. No, the water of the world is not yours. It's everybody's. In fact, you don't get to have any now. You know what? I'm not going to let you have any water ever again, CEO of Nestle. I'm going to make sure you don't ever get another sip. You do, I'll chop your fucking head off.
Usem Nestle
Fuck you.
subsidiary partnered with Saber
fucking
in
chop your
2022 to
fucking
develop
head
and
off.
launch a line of 3D printed plant-based burgers and kebabs. So not only just meat, but also plant-based as well. And then foodies. So this is a huge.
Well, I guess that's better than fish cell propagation.
Dude, this is a massive market, by the way. It is right now currently
No, but it shouldn't be. But it shouldn't be because it's mental illness. It's an agenda by the pedophile Israel. Pedophile Israel.
$29 million, but expected to grow 16.8% per year between
Again,
now
the Rothschilds helped create Israel. The Rothschilds.
and 2032. with a projected market size of 692. So basically 700 million
Federal Reserve bankster pedophiles. Think about it.
dollar market by 2032. A massive market. So this is what they're after. I'm glad, I'm actually glad the Campbell's VP was so honest. So he's a bit of a loose cannon, because now we get to know some of the truth behind. You need, like Kurt was saying.
Yeah, that's very fucking cool that he said that shit.
And before he signed off, we need snitches. And I'm not sure if he was trying to snitch there on purpose.
I don't give it. It doesn't matter. It worked out. Who cares?
On purpose, but
yeah, I get it.
Even so, now we know some of the truth, and this is kind of where we're headed. And we need to reject this. We need to say no to this. I know they're brainwashing us to think
what you should have rejected is all the lobbying to the corporations. I mean, by the corporations to the politicians to wipe out the middle class, so that you had an option to go to get it organic. That's what you should have done. It's a little late for this shit now. Shut up. God, it's like you're a 2-year-old idiot. They're so dumb here. It's annoying. What's up, Don Conrad? Thank you. I'm on fire tonight. I can't even read it. I'm too far away. Sorry. I can't read the fucking screen. I'm too far away. Shit. Well, I can't read some of these names. God damn, I need. Canada's so fucked you can't go on a drunken rant. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I did get the documentary on India. It was disgusting. These poor people in India. Man, they're getting destroyed over there. I don't know how Frequency 528 is, but we send him gratitude and appreciation and blessings. He'll be, I don't know. He'll be back one day to say hi, I'm sure. Why not? I don't know. Why not? He still makes the music. In fact, we should hear some of them, but I know y'all hate listening to the shit without the video. Yeah, dude, I don't. Why would I want a swastika armband? Are you a fucking idiot? What are you talking about? The swastika, though, is not it's not a Nazi symbol. It's an old world symbol that just recognized that the Big Dipper circles around the North Pole Star every day, nonstop. You know? That's all it is. Holy fuck, the other night it was fucking cold, eh? We got another good video. Here we go. Jimmy Dore's been on fire lately. And I like that other guy too. Clay oh, I dorked it. What's his name? Clay Mesner, dude. That guy's great too, I think. I really like both of those guys.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Dore Show. My name is James Lee, guest hosting for Jimmy today, and we have.
Oh, that's it, Kurt Mesner. That's it. Yeah, I like this guy. I'm getting him. I didn't really know him, but as I watch him, I really like this guy. Like I like Jimmy.
The amazing Kurt Metzger as well. And speaking
yeah,
of,
he seems really cool. He seems really cool. Unless he wants government, then he can die. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Of foreign influence, let's talk about this huge fallout on X as far as foreign influence, because of this new feature that they've rolled out that allows you to see the various countries where.
Folks, check this shit out. This is fucking okay.
Where people have registered their account. And there was one in particular that I think caught people's eye. Right,
Ian
there were a
Miles
lot.
Strong? I'm joking.
There were a lot, which we'll get to, but one in particular that was sort of alarming when we saw that the official account of the Department of Homeland Security was registered in Israel on July of 2008 and connected.
Oops, somebody just shit the fucking bed. Gee, you mean Israel? You mean the Department of Homeland Security? You mean the department that came out of 9/11 that Israel did? The Operation Mossad in Israel did? You mean they got they started Homeland Security from it? Wake up, people.
Via the
Of course it's Israel.
Israeli App Store.
Again, it's like Scooby-Doo at the end of every show. When you take the mask off, every goddamn single show, it's Israel when you take the mask off. You idiots.
Okay.
Very
Scooby-Doo.
interesting.
Israel.
Based in Tel Aviv.
Yeah,
Now,
Homeland Security is knee deep in Israel, isn't it?
So, I mean, a lot of people say this actually makes a lot of sense, right? Of course, it's based in Israel. Why not? Why wouldn't it be?
Our best friend that we can trust.
But and some people are saying this is fake. So I just want to show people the
again, like you see how Israel treats people. What I mean, they murder babies and genocide babies and the entire Palestinian people. That's how they treat people. You want to be, that's your best out, that's your best friend. Like you do understand, like you are who you hang out with. Like back in high school, remember that? Like I don't know how to explain it.
Screen recording that we have here.
Your friend is a genocidal pedophile maniac.
It's fake. It's certainly far-fetched.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So
how is your best ally a genocidal pedophile maniac? That's your fucking ally? You're an ally with that?
You can see them clicking around on
it's mind-boggling.
And it says it right there.
So that explains why there's so many of these new Homeland Security ICE shock troops that are from the IDF. Did you see that? In Chicago? You know, they were recruiting people I previously thought with no military experience, just jerk offs with a $50,000 signing bonus. And that's what those horrible videos we showed them on Jimmy's show of them attempting to grab people off the street and the people getting away and they're wearing masks. So, but by the way, no cop should be allowed to wear masks. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
No, that is insane because then I could go and wear a mask and arrest people and say,
well, no shit. Nor should they have a monopoly on power either. But you have all these ICE agents are actually IDF Israeli foreign agents, foreign fighters infiltrating your fucking government again as government agents, man. Like, what kind of pedophile shit is that with the Israel? Get Israel fucking genocide. Your ally is a genocidal pedophile. You can't have an ally like that. You can't supply them weapons to genocide in the first place. In fact, you gotta die.
Oh, I'm detaining you for
you can't
whatever
dox an ICE agent in the street grabbing people. That's not a thing. A cop's supposed to have their name on their goddamn badge.
That's
so
right.
That's already dystopia territory. Now, I was afraid. I was like, oh, they're just highly unqualified people. And then
again, you don't get to run around with a monopoly on power, and especially if you're not going to be held accountable.
Cover it up, and I'm sure some are illegal immigrants, but no, it's even better than that. A bunch of them are IDF people. So that'll really help the Beitar shit, right? If we want these people out of here. Yeah.
But okay, so here's
what he knows. You got to get these people the fuck out of here, man. Round them all up and execute them. They'll leave real fast. Everybody from fucking Israel in this fucking country, round them up and execute them. Get them the fuck out of here. Not Jews. Israeli Zionists.
Grok. Here's what hold on a second here.
For the most part, pretty.
Okay, so Grok says that the video that we just saw,
for the most part, Jews are kosher. No, I'm just kidding.
shows the short-lived feature listing Homeland Security as based in Israel. X removed this feature hours later. We'll get to then they reinstated again. But DHS is officially headquartered in Washington, D.C., with no confirmed operations basing it in Israel. The listing's cause and removal remain unconfirmed by officials. And this is what I think potentially happened here, is that evidently the location actually changes based on where you're traveling to. So if you register in the US, but you're now in, it actually updates periodically. And some people pointed out that this might be bad because it could dock somebody who's traveling. But the official X spokesperson here, Nikita Beer, said that it's actually randomized and delayed to not make this possible. So this could be what happened to the DHS, because, you know, one thing that we do know, before we get to that, it has since been scrubbed. So now all official accounts that are associated with the government, they are no longer showing this location feature for, you know, whatever reason, national security, whatever.
There you go. So you can't take the mask off and go, oh, it's Israel as usual.
But you'll see here that July 2008 was when this account was registered, Twitter at the time, as it was called. And who was the
Jerkoff, Michael Jerkoff, Chernoff, a total dual citizen Israeli, a demon. Look at this fucking goddamn face on this. You can literally see the demon. He's possessed by a demon. You literally see the demon face. He's a physically manifested demon. Michael Chernoff. I remember this demon. I wanted to kill this guy back in the day.
So who was the Secretary of Homeland Security in 2008? It was a guy named...
I wanted to kill him. I wanted to choke him out so bad. It's insane back in the day.
Michael Chertoff. He was serving under President
George W. too. I wanted to choke the fucking kill his ass. All of these fucking goddamn government fuckers. All of them that went into Iraq. Wanted to go into Iraq too.
President George W. Bush.
They love to talk about Saddam Hussein, how bad he is. They're not. That's all these fuckers did, is villainize Saddam Hussein to get everybody to fall in line with attacking an innocent civilian population, an innocent country.
Between 2005 and 2009. A little bit before my time, but I'm sure people remember him. So I did.
Idiot. It's so dumb. These young idiots are so dumb. It's insane. At least he's trying to get the info. So I'm not talking about him.
Yeah. Back then, everybody was saying we got to be more like Israel.
He really is very unfamiliar and dumb and unaware of what's really going on.
Terrorists. The whole 9/11 time with George W.
These poor kids, they don't have access to the info. Because the goddamn the YouTube censorship is so goddamn bad. There's no good info about all these fucking pedophiles like there used to be. Like man, you could watch so many good movies on like videos and documentaries on 9/11, man. They talk about this guy who was part of it, all of it. Dude, there was so many good videos. I don't know if there's probably still some good ones, but there was so many on all kinds of shit the government's been doing. And now I don't think they have access to this shit like we used to, because I don't see nothing anymore. I don't. It used to pop right up like, oh shit, what the fuck, really? Damn, you could go on it was like rabbit hole hunting back in the day on YouTube before they diarrhea shit all over it with the algorithms. It was like going down a rabbit hole, man, a trail, a mystery, just solving it was incredible. Waking up back in the day, it is not like that at all anymore.
Bush. That's why everything is based in Tel Aviv, because that's when they're like, we got to run our airlines like the Tel Aviv, whatever their airline
is. Yes.
We got to be like El Al. And then they would have these things where the teachers are armed with rifles in the classroom, which is total bullshit. But this stuff got merged. The invention where you can take control of the plane from the grounds in case terrorists take it over. That's technology that was patented well before 9/11, unfortunately.
Again, I was flying remote control planes when I was 8 years old at my grandfather's house in upstate New York when I visited in the summers. He had a whole basement full of radio control planes and boats that he made himself, like no, not kits. Like he carved the like they're in museums right now in the Adirondack Museum. In the Adirondack Museum right now, you can see a boat, a wooden, looks like a Chris Craft boat, remote control, in a museum right now in the Adirondack Museum that my grandfather built. He built it. It's in a museum. This fucking thing. And so they have remote control a long time ago. Remote control is just a matter of having enough power to send the signal enough to reach what you want to control. Stupid shits. And enough power to receive it, of course.
That's not a good detail. But everything is extremely
all about how much power.
Extremely, yes, and that's by design because it makes it so that we are essentially beholden to them. If we were ever, wake up one day and say, no, we don't want to be a part of this anymore. We don't want to continue the same relationship. All of our security.
Again, we don't want our ally to be a genocidal pedophile. So we want to disassociate with Israel now. And how do you do it? They've entangled themselves all in the United States government. How are you going to get rid of these pedophiles from Israel when they've completely dual citizen entangled themselves via the lobbying and intelligence agencies? How are you going to get rid of these when they run the intelligence agencies? How are you going to get rid of the pedophiles from Israel in the United States when they run the CIA and FBI and the Secret Service? How are you going to get rid of them? Stupid fucks.
Technology and whole infrastructure is basically one with the Israelis, so it's actually very difficult to even untangle that, and that's by design. I think that's the Israelis. Maybe you can give them their cunning ability to do that, and I guess smart of them to do.
Their pedophile abilities, their pedophilic ways. Is that what you mean?
Really opened it up, I would say, George, because if you think about Clinton, he didn't want to give Pollard back, and there was still some kind of semblance of we have a country that's not exactly.
Well, for Clinton, they tried to blackmail him with the Monica Lewinsky tapes.
No,
so that leads to obviously a theory is that was Monica placed in there.
Yeah, that one Israeli fucking pedophile was bragging about how they used the Lewinsky tapes against Clinton to get him to to that one country. Totally fucking God, who cares? I don't care.
I say of course she was. Of course she was. What else would that be?
I don't know. Well, that's what I've made that claim before. Some people think it's insane, but I say, hey, there's precedent.
Do they, or are they like trying to discredit the most obvious thing that any idiot could see if they look at a little bit of information? It's not. Oh, do you think DHS could have its shit headquartered in Tel Aviv? Oh, that's so crazy. That's like UFO crazy, dude.
Well, we're not saying that it was. I'm not even saying that it's headquartered in Tel Aviv. I can definitely understand. Like this whole thing was probably Chertoff probably went over there. It's like, oh, we're going to set up this new Department of Homeland Security, whatever it is.
They pronounced it Chernoff. Sounded like Chernoff, Michael Chernoff. Chernoff.
And then so we're going to set up our Twitter. He's over there on some trip.
You've never heard this before. You would think it was Chertoff.
In Israel getting all this shit. And he's like, all right, let's set up that Twitter account now. He's over there just to look up. So I was digging into his past a little bit. Very interesting that he was born to a Gershon Baruch Chertoff, a rabbi and Talmudic scholar who is the leader of the congregation.
Look, these cocksuckers have multi-generationally inbred themselves and entangled themselves in the United States pedophile government, which shouldn't exist in the first place. These fucking pedophiles, fucks. You have to be mentally ill to ever be involved in government. Ever. You have to be mentally fucking ill.
Israel in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And his mother was a Polish-born Israeli-American who was the first flight attendant.
These fucking Polacks, man. Another goddamn Polak. Here we go again. Chernoff, another fucking Polak motherfucking retard. A Polish-born Israeli American, another fucking Polak. How many Polaks, how many Chernoffs does it take to fucking goddamn change a fucking light bulb. These fucking Polacks over here.
Oh, you just mentioned.
So they're
and his
spies. Go on.
paternal grand.
I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm anti-Polak fucking pedophile genocidal maniac.
Parents are Paul Chertoff, a rabbi and professor of
Fuck
Talmud,
Poland.
and Esther Barish Chertoff.
Not all
so
of you.
interesting
Just some of you.
familial connections.
The Bush doctrine is the Wolfowitz doctrine, aka the neocon doctrine. As
God,
who's
dude,
that
why
one?
is Poland producing? Is this why they get made fun of? How dumb are you to produce assholes like this? This is why they get made fun of, dude. How many Polacks does it take to change a light bulb? Because you produce so many physically manifested demons. That's got to be it.
Tiny guy. He's like, it's anti-Semitic to say neocon. I'm forgetting his dumb name. but-
No, it's anti-Polak. He's from Polak. He's from Poland. He's a Polish American.
But dude, that's when that all merged together. All that creepy ass Christian Zionist thing, like really metastasized around 9/11 time. If you notice, well, I remember it doing that.
Yeah, so
yeah.
now they're just saying that this is straight up. They're calling the post that because I made a post that kind of took off about this, and they're like, oh no, this is massive misinformation. Of course, it's not based in
I
Israel.
remember going, why aren't they talking about the demolition? Like that takes months to set up. I remember immediately going, that's clearly a demolition. See how that's demolition. That's clearly demolition. Why is it the news calling that out? I knew something was wrong then. I couldn't figure it out right then. But I was like, why? Something's wrong here. I'm in Twilight Zone. And then I get it now. Like 10 years later, because I didn't even want to watch the news after that.
Israel, the
In
Department
fact, I never watched it. I didn't watch the news for like 10 fucking years. Dude, I just would not watch the news, nothing, not one thing.
Homeland Security came out and denied it. I'm like, of course they would deny. It's like, you're going to trust that?
Oh, that Matt. Oh, case closed. I guess. I thought the Epstein thing. There was more to it too, but I guess the trail went cold.
It's all the 7K per post accounts. All of them are like, oh my God, you guys are insane.
Yeah, the 7K Club, and you could tell who's. I don't believe that. You could tell who's in it because people that were formerly like UFO accounts now are just talking about how Tucker's bad. That's not suspicious, right?
Well, you can see, and some of these accounts, so you could see.
Dude, yeah, again, are you so dumb that you don't know Tucker's whole family is CIA? You fucking retard. Like Alex Jones. His whole family CIA, you fucking retards.
Through this, it's not just this whole Israel thing, but now you could see the kind of, I guess you could say, infiltration from foreign countries now officially.
There he
right?
is. There, that little fetal alcohol syndrome head, Ian Miles Chong. That screwhead Malaysia. So he would get exposed by that new policy. That's great.
He's
America
exposed.
first is in Bangladesh.
And then you got
you just can't make this shit up.
Ultra MAGA Trump 2028 from Nigeria.
Fucking Nigeria. Fucking, you got all these fucking Trump tards from around the world that watch TV and they're just mentally ill. He's got these people under a spell. These MAGA retards, dude, and they're not even they're not even from the country, and they're MAGA. Oh, how nice of them to want another country to be first again.
Nice.
And this other one, what is this? MAGA Scope, also based in Nigeria. So you can see, I mean, this is because Twitter or X is sort of where the quote unquote elite discourse happens, where people like battle it out in the so-called public square. But now you see
It's
people.
how dare you call it a public square? If it's not a public square, if somebody can censor you. If it's a public square, you can't censor me. I have free speech. But see, X and YouTube and Facebook, all the social media, all that are run by the pedophiles like Israel and the intelligence agencies, see, they censor you. It's not a public square, you stupid fucks. It's not. If you don't have free speech to yell fire in a theater, I mean, I'm not saying it's look, you can't be held accountable for the behavior and actions of other people. If they kill somebody because they respond, they did that. Okay. But they got everybody tricked, and you can't even say fire now. So it's just a trick. Nobody can punish you for what you say. And so it's like not free speech. If you don't have free speech, it's not a public square. It's not. You're not allowed to say certain things, or you'll be banned
Going
or
to
whatever.
battle.
Then or you'll be banned or cut off of this and that. Then it's not free speech because you're not going to get the truth out. They can conceal the truth. So shut up.
Are literally from other countries that have nothing to do with the United States, injecting discourse and propaganda and all kinds of
totally injecting propaganda.
Garbage.
Sucking up to like that. Ian Miles Jones is famous for sucking up to Elon on Twitter to like,
oh yeah,
worm his way in. But yeah, I mean, they're all fake. Everybody's like, oh, is this a psyop? The whole thing, assholes, is a psyop. Everything.
That's my boy.
No, yeah, the whole thing is fake. Now we
Sports
understand that
and
the whole thing is
music
fake.
and movies and all the things, art, all of them. There's not almost nothing organic.
Nothing is organic
Around you at all. I don't know if people.
Thank you, boy. He finally gets nothing around you is organic or natural. I mean, the fact that hundreds of countries all have Republican, Democrat governments, identical governments, is violates every law of probability of being an accident and not of being unorganic.
We'll get it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But as soon as you put it together, the better Marjorie Taylor Greene can get back in the fight.
Yeah, and
see, there he goes and just diarrhea shit all over his own face. He wants Green to get back into a race so he can vote Republican. Yeah, that's brilliant. And again, so his solution, right, to the world is to wait 4 years and vote for somebody else who's going to lie to you, and then you got to vote again another 4 years later. Then that's the solution, is to wait 4 years. The solution to all their problems is to wait fucking 4 years, and maybe you'll get somebody and they'll keep lying to you, and maybe eventually you'll get one of these assholes that don't lie to you, and then they won't suppress you and steal all your money and lock you up and make rules and take all your freedom. That's how dumb these shit stains are. They're so dumb, dude, these retards. They're so fucking dumb, folks. That's very cool fucking info, Tom. Genius. Fucking genius, bro. Genius, bro. Way to go. And maybe we'll show some of the, not today, but one day we'll show some of that Indian document. Man, these fuckers, man, it is disgusting in India. The country over there, it is fucking insane. These poor women, bro, they don't want to, these Indian dudes, man, they would rather be with anybody but these Indian dudes, man. Let me tell you, it's a fucked up culture over there. Not all of them, but a lot of it. When you see this documentary, you won't believe what's going on over there. Whew. It is fucking nuts. That shit is fucking disgustingly. That shit is crazy. I've never seen so much filth and trash everywhere in my life than in India. That was so gross. That was insane, dude. That was fucking insane. If you guys could go to the link below, throw a donation, it'd be great. Totally need food. I'm supposed to be going to the fucking catching a ride tomorrow to go to the post office so I can take back this part that's wrong. And it'd be great if I got a donation so I can grab some food. So appreciate you guys. If anybody can donate, appreciate you. Shut up. God damn it. Fucking God. I'm going to smash that crow. That's funny. I know you were saying that. Yeah, well, fuck. The links are below. The links are at the fucking at Meltology Professor. YouTube Meltology Professor. Check out the links. Please donate. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Very crazy shit going on, man, with in the world right now. We'll see what happens. It's all we can do, right? Oh, bless you, sweetheart. I love you so much. I bless you. You're a sweetie. Yes. Super grateful for you guys. Hey, P. The lifesaver. Well, Tom, you were absolute great help too when you had it, bro. You helped me out. I really appreciate it. I do. I appreciate all of you. I'm very grateful for all of you being here. Let me just take a quick look here. That's crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Authority to take away your children. A group of pedophile strangers. Hey, we have the authority to take away your children. We're a group of pedophiles. We protect pedophiles too, but we can take your children because we say so. God, it's fucking bullshit. This fucking place is so mentally ill. The old school V8s and all the fucking new and the old vehicles pollute less than all the new turbos and the new vehicles. They're so mentally ill. Every time the pedophile government goes to fix a problem, their solution is 1,000 times worse. Every time. And who's behind that mass? Probably Israel too. And who's behind that? Rothschild, banksters, a couple hundred, 200-300 years ago. Banking system, creating money out of thin air, accumulating wealth, and all of it. But Elon's the richest person in the world. You stupid cunt retards. You fucking dumb cunts. Shut up. Nope. Now I just want to show a couple of them. I gotta take a Thank you. Hey, what's up, buddy? How y'all doing? Dylan, check this.
So I'd like to talk to you about a little bit of a radical idea today, and that radical idea is that the middle class does not really exist.
It's not radical at all. Like, are you an idiot to think it's radical? You have to be an idiot.
When we typically think of a social hierarchy, most of us think of it this way. We might have been shown this social pyramid in school, or you might have seen it when you were growing up. And basically, we imagine society to have these nice, clean divisions between a working or lower class, a middle class, and an upper class. Well, today I would like to make a case that our social hierarchy actually looks a lot more like this. You have a teeny tiny sliver of the population that is what I would call the elite class. You have a slightly bigger but still very teeny tiny sliver of the population, which I would call the true middle class. And then you have a gigantic portion encompassing pretty much everybody that I call the true working class. Now, what do I mean by working class? Because usually when you hear the term working class, you might think of, okay, a blue collar worker perhaps, or a lower income worker perhaps. It's typically the social norm of what we call the working class. I have a little bit of a different definition for it. What I call the working class is just simply anyone who must sell their labor to survive. In other words, anyone who must work. That is the working class. It's pretty straightforward, right? But this means that it encompasses everyone from burger flippers to bankers, right? From lawyers, doctors, to baristas. It's anybody who has to go to work on Monday morning. Now, obviously, this is a little bit of a crazy thing to say, right? It's a little bit of a radical idea because typically we don't think of bankers and baristas or burger flippers in the same social class. And I'm sure I might upset some people by saying that. So let me unpack this a little bit more so you can understand where I'm coming.
Yeah, what he means is if you got to work, you got to work. You're still a slave, basically. But that's, what is that? Hold on. Yeah, that is nuts. Hold on. Yeah, that's nuts too. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's cool. All right, you guys. I love you. Appreciate you. Hang in there. Do the right thing. Fork in the road. Do the right thing. Go with the truth. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.